alẹ́ mo kéré ọ̀nà mo kọ́kùnrin mo kóbìnrin mo kọ́mọdé bẹ́ẹ̀ ni mo kí àgbàlagbà wípé ẹ káàbọ̀ sórí ètò yìí lórí ètò làwà ètò wa ètò yín ètò kan náà tí gbogbo wa mọ̀ sí ètò ìgbéyàwó. Let's talk traditional weddings and more with Bùnmi Méjì Royals. Gẹ́gẹ́ bí ìṣe wa lórí ètò yìí kó tó di pa aṣọ nǹkan ẹ̀yin náà rí pé yẹ ká júbà ọba kọ́dá ayé, ọba ṣẹ̀dá ọ̀run, ọba lánàá, ọba lénìí, ọba títa ayérayé kọrin kése, ẹlẹ́bùrú ìkẹ́, ọba tó ń jẹ́ mi ni èmi ni, ọlọ́run tó ń jẹ́ mi ni má ṣe bẹ̀rù, ọba tó tó nípa tó kọ̀ tí ò pa ní tó ṣe pé ṣe ló ń pa nímọ́, ọba tá a dágbére fún ńlá ní ọ̀sẹ̀ tó kọjá wípé à ń lọ kábọ̀ tó jẹ́ kó tún ṣe é ṣe fún èmi Olúwabùnmi aya Òṣìbẹ̀rù tí mo dé lótú ètò yìí àti gbogbo ẹ̀yin èèyàn bí èèyàn ẹni bí ẹni tí ẹ̀ ń bá mi pàdé lórí ètò yìí tó jẹ́ kó ṣe é ṣe fún wa láti tún débi láyé láàyè àti láyé rere lénìí. Ògo èèyàn ńlá ní forúkọ mímọ́ yín. Father, we are grateful for the gift of life. Ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ òjò ló ti rọ̀ tílẹ̀ ti fi mu. Wíwà láyé àti wíwà láàyè wa lénìí kì í ṣe nípa ipá bẹ́ẹ̀ ni kì í ṣe nípa agbára bí kò ṣe pé ohun Ọlọ́run nínú ọlá ńlá ẹ̀ láti dá èmi àti yín sí. Olúwa ẹ ṣeun epo pé kẹgbà yín wa. Mo tún fàsìkò náà dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ àwọn ẹni bí ẹni èèyàn béèyàn, àwọn èjìká tó jẹ́ kẹ́wò jábọ́ tí wọ́n ṣagbátẹrù ètò yìí pàápàá jùlọ iléeṣẹ́ wa kan náà Jẹlẹ́ńkẹ́ Duchess níbi tí wọ́n ti taṣọ ìyàwó tí ìyá ìyàwó lẹ́fẹ́ ni tí bàbá ìyàwó lẹ́fẹ́ ni aṣọ ọkùnrin aṣọ obìnrin aṣọ ọmọdé aṣọ àgbà lẹ́fẹ́ ni ó wà ní iléeṣẹ́ Jẹlẹ́ńkẹ́ Duchess. Iléeṣẹ́ Jẹlẹ́ńkẹ́ Duchess ẹ ṣeun ẹ kú gbogbo ìgbà ẹ kú àdúrótì àdúpẹ́dúpẹ́. Mo fàsìkò náà dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ iléeṣẹ́ Celebration International Magazine níbi tó ti báyọ̀ ìyàwòrán kódà tó bá fẹ́ kí wọ́n gbé ayẹyẹ yín sínú ẹ̀rọ magazine iléeṣẹ́ Celebration International Magazine ní kẹ́kàn sí ẹ ṣeun ẹ kú gbogbo ìgbà mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ yín. Mo tún fàsìkò náà dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ iléeṣẹ́ kan náà gbòógì Blanco Concept níbi táwọn náà ti ń yàwòrán. They are photographers, videographers. They are in Nigeria, they are in the UK, they are in the US. Anywhere you want them, they will come and they will cover your events and you will be happy about it. Thank you, Blanco Concept. I really appreciate you. God bless you. Mo tún fàsìkò náà dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ gbogbo àwọn èèyàn bí èèyàn tí wọ́n darapọ̀ mọ́ mi lórí ètò yìí tí wọ́n máa ń darapọ̀ mọ́ mi lọ́sẹ̀ọ̀sẹ̀. Alájà Sumbostic àbẹ̀bí kan báyìí olórí àbẹ̀bí kan báyìí aya Òkìkíọlá one and only Mama Oluwapamilẹ́rìn. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for always being here. Thank you to all my people on TikTok, on Instagram, on YouTube, wherever you're watching from. Thank you so much. I appreciate and I celebrate you. Please do me a favor. Let people know that the show has started. Sometimes people come on the show much later and they start dragging us back. Kile so what is it? What is today's topic about? Igbeyawo. We don't want that today. We want everybody to follow us from the beginning. Thank you so much, my darling sister. Wani, you look so hot. Thank you, everybody on TikTok, especially. Thank you. TikTokers, please do me a favor. Let people know that the show has started. Call people. Let them know their favorite show has started. Yes, their favorite show has started. And Instagram people, give me a second. I don't know why this thing is blurry. Let me see if I need to wipe it. Give me a second. If I should just wipe it. It's a bit blurry. So let me wipe the screen. Maybe I touched it with my creamy hand. Maybe that's why it's blurry. I can see that it's blurry here. Please give me a second. Sorry about this. Maybe in the process of hanging it up, I touched it. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, go blurry more. So it's a bit better. Okay, people, if you can hear me, as I said, call people that would normally be here. Please tell them that the show has started. People are sometimes they forget. So please remind people that the show has started. YouTube, remind people that the show has started. Instagram, remind people that the show has started. We are on 3 platforms. Yeah, we are on 3 platforms. We are on YouTube, we are on TikTok, we are also on Instagram. Please tell people that the show has started. Okay, before we go on today's topic, as usual, I always like to kind of, give us a background information about what we're going to be talking about today. I have sent the message to most people so that they be aware of what today's topic is. And if you have anything to contribute, thank you, Alaja Sumbostic. Yes, money plate is much better. Thank you, ma. Today, we're going to be talking on something that is like, I don't know how everybody else feels about this, but me personally, I feel so much burden about this particular topic that we're about to do today. So much burden. And when I say burden, I mean burden about today's topic. And that is the misconception about Nigerian traditional marriage. The misconceptions. How people they have misconceptions about Nigerian traditional weddings. A lot of misconception is going out there about Nigerian traditional wedding. This is why we're having today's topic, and I want to beg you, please be part of this show today. If you have never participated in any of my show, please make sure that you are part of it today. We are talking about the common, or should I say popular, misconceptions about Nigerian traditional weddings, Nigerian traditional marriage. That's what we're going to be talking about today. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́, ẹ bá mi rán àwọn èèyàn létí. Ẹ sọ fáwọn èèyàn pé tó gbéyàwó ti bẹ̀rẹ̀, dákun. Ẹ mọ́ dáńdá. I can't do it alone. Please tell people that the show has started. Thank you. Hey, guess who is here? My Wabulous mama, MC Monite. Thank you for coming on the show. Thank you so much, ma'am. On TikTok, if I can't see your name, please bear with me. I'm trying to appreciate people. Please tell people that the show has started. Please share the show and keep on tapping on TikTok. Please keep tapping. Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much. My blessed and beautiful MC Mona. It's so beautiful to have you back. We miss you. Ati missing to you. God bless you. Okay, today, as I said, we're going to be having a conversation about the misconception about Nigerian traditional marriage. Now, the reason why I personally have compassion and a lot of passion towards making sure that these records are set straight is because if we are not careful, there is one thing not to have history. There's another thing that we send the wrong history down. Ìyẹn ló burú jù. Ó bẹ́tà kó tiẹ̀ máa mọ̀ nípa ìtàn nǹkan nìkan kan rárá ju pé kí wọ́n wá lọ mọ ìtàn tó wrong. When you pass the wrong information down generations, it can be more dangerous than if they don't know anything. Kúkú bẹ́tà kó kúkú máa mọ̀ nǹkan kan nípa nǹkan yẹn ju pé kó wá di pé wọ́n ìtàn tá send down the generations the wrong information. If you agree with me, please send me a thumbs up. I want to know. I don't know how many of us feel the same way. If people don't know about a particular culture or about a particular thing, or better ju pé kó mọ wrong thing about that particular culture. And that's why we are doing this today. Generations to generations, as we are passing this information down, we do not want to send the wrong information down to the generations to come. And it's already happening. So if you know that you believe so, please let me see a thumbs up. Let me hear you. Hey, I beg of you, take the Instagram, don't do much because already I've stopped hearing from people already on Instagram. Please, if you can hear me, Instagram, say yes. If you can see me, just say yes. God bless you. Special and accurate moderator, please need this your neck. If I try any, hey, God bless you, ma. Okay, thank you for confirming that you can hear me. Okay, let's go on. Let's first of all know that we are on the same page. What I mean by that is, first of all, let us know. Thank you, Lola, Yemi, Margaret. Thank you so much, ma'am. Let's first of all be on the same page. Number one question I want to ask is, do you think that people have misconception about Nigerian traditional marriage for real? Do you think that people actually have wrong notions, wrong impressions, wrong information, or what I will simply call misconceptions about Nigerian traditional marriage? Àbí nìkan ni mo rò bẹ́ẹ̀. Ṣé ẹ̀yin náà lérò wípé àwọn èèyàn tí wọ́n mọ̀ nípa àṣà ìgbéyàwó not only nílẹ̀ Yorùbá, nílùú Nàìjíríà, ṣé pàápàá jùlọ nílẹ̀ Yorùbá, we're talking about generally Nigerian traditional weddings generally, but because I'm from the Yoruba part of Nigeria, even though all the books that I've ever written, I've written about other cultures and other tribes, but I am more of experts in the Yoruba part more than any other one. So first of all, let us agree or disagree that is it true or false? People generally they have general misconceptions about Nigerian traditional marriage, true or false? Let's respond to that first so that we will know that whether this topic is actually necessary or not. Bí a ó tẹ̀yẹ ká kọ̀ tí ọ̀rọ̀ àgbèsè ẹgbẹ́ kan pé kí ni ìtumọ̀ yẹn, kí lẹ mí pé àwọn èèyàn ní misconception nípa Nigerian traditional marriage. Ṣé lóòótọ́ ni ó jẹ́ pé àwọn èèyàn míì nǹkan tá à ń sọ nípa ètò ìgbéyàwó ìbílẹ̀ kò yé àwọn èèyàn, àbí kẹ̀ pé wọ́n ti gbé gbági, àbí kẹ̀ pé nǹkan táwọn èèyàn mọ̀ ń sìn òun kọ́ ni gangan ni nǹkan tó yẹ kán mọ̀. Ta ló lérò pé àwọn nǹkan kan wà, àwọn kan ní true? Please respond if you can hear me. Respond, true or false? People generally have so many misconceptions about Nigerian traditional marriage. True or false? Let's agree on that. TikTokers, I can't see your response. So I can see that you're there. Some people are showing love. They are clicking like that. Bá ń gbọ́ mi ẹ máa fi ohùn sílẹ̀. Ṣé lóòótọ́ ni wípé àwọn nǹkan tí àwọn èèyàn mọ̀ nípa ìgbéyàwó tiwantiwa, ìgbéyàwó ti orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà, ìgbéyàwó ìbílẹ̀ tí àwa Yorùbá ń pè ní ètò ìgbéyàwó, tí àwọn Haúsá ń pè ní aure, tí àwọn Igbo ń pè ní gbáǹkó, whatever they call it. So do we think that people have generally misconception about it? If it is true, please say true. If it is false, please say false. I can only see one person respond on Instagram. Thank you, MC Monad, for confirming that. If you can hear me on TikTok, I want you to say something. Is it true or false? It is true. It's true. So I'm glad that I'm not the only one that think. Yes, somebody said true, ma'am. Thank you so much on TikTok. I am glad that I'm not the only one that think that we have so many misconceptions about Nigerian traditional marriage. Where's my pen? Because as I said to us, I always come to this show to come and learn. I'm learning. Olójoojúmọ́ ni mo wá ń kẹ́kọ̀ọ́ bí. So jẹ́ mú pen mi, kí mú notebook mi. Torí gbogbo yín, you will not understand how much you have taught me on this show. Mo ti kẹ́kọ̀ọ́ lóríṣiríṣi. Olójoojúmọ́ ni mo dẹ̀ ń kẹ́kọ̀ọ́ lórí ètò yìí. So I'm going to get my notebook again, and I need to write things down because hey, you never know where you're going to need. I used to have a piece of paper, but now I have a notebook. I have a notebook. Me too, I've come to learn. Okay, let's talk about the general ones, the popular misconceptions. Oh, thank you. Who is this? This person sent me a heart or a big gift from TikTok. Oh my God, thank you so much. How do they say thank you? Oh, thank you so much. Who is this person? Flame heart. Thank you. Okay, thank you everybody on TikTok. Now, let's talk about kí ni àwọn nǹkan tí ẹ̀yin feel. What are the things that you think that people are misunderstanding before? Because I have a long list of things to discuss, to talk to us about what people actually the misconception that people actually have about Nigerian traditional wedding. I have them here, and I'm going to be sharing them a bit later. But before I do, my major reason for having this particular episode, for having this particular thing, is because, I want to address these widely spread misunderstandings about Nigerian traditional marriage, especially among younger generations and diaspora communities. And we need to set the record straight through our cultural education. Not just me, myself, and everybody on this show. We need to set those that have the understanding of how it works. We need to set the record straight. So if you're on this show, you know that what is my sorry, 1 second. Okay, that's better. So we need to set the record straight. Thank you, ma'am. MC Mona says that some think our traditional marriage is introduction. Some even call it engagement. God bless you. Part of the misconceptions about our traditional marriage is people thinking it's just introduction, it's not the real wedding. They think it is. I just love that. They think it is introduction. Some people call it engagement. Hey, Yahoo Baba Tiwa. God bless you, ma. Some people call it engagement or introduction, which definitely that means people are thinking it is not the real wedding. People think it is just introduction. It's just whatever they call it. So TikTok, what do you think? What kind of misconceptions do you think that our people have on Nigerian traditional? Somebody has said people think that that our traditional marriage is just introduction, or people think it's just they call it engagement, because obviously what that means is they think it is not real wedding. Okay, it's a real wedding. In fact, I've heard people in the past that will say, oh, my real wedding is tomorrow, and then today is my trad, today is my engagement, my real wedding is tomorrow. What are they referring to as real wedding? They are referring to the white wedding as the real wedding. The white wedding is not the real wedding. The real wedding is our traditional wedding. In fact, the white wedding is a borrowed culture, is a borrowed kind of wedding, because I think it's better for us to be addressing it as we go. So I'm still waiting for more people to tell me. Somebody said it's too elaborate. Okay, somebody said they think it's too elaborate. Somebody said it's competitive. Ooh, okay. Somebody said people think that our traditional marriage is too elaborate. Now, I need to quickly address that. Competitive? Oh, I've never heard. I see. I'm trying to learn here. That is from, let me see this name. I'm trying to see. Hey, I'm ashamed. Anyway, I cannot read the person's name. Social viral. Yeah. It says some people think it is competitive. Some people think it is it's too elaborate. And that I cannot even, because where we come from, if I want to talk about how this thing used to be done in the days, in the olden days, they used to spend several days, in fact minimum of 7 days, to do traditional wedding. Even in Yoruba land, in the Igbos, in the Hausas, they spend like 5-7 days to do Nigerian traditional wedding. Somebody said, Kemi, I think that's coming from Chief. Why am I not seeing people's name now? So sorry, I missed your name. But it says our kids in the diaspora think it is for the parents and not them. Yes. Thank you, Mommy Janoluko. Thank you, Mommy. We love you. Yes, that's another thing. People think it's for parents. Let me be writing it down. People think it's for parents. People think it is elaborate. It's too elaborate. We're going to be addressing this thing one after the other. Somebody said they think it is engagement and not real wedding. Someone said, I think that's coming from Bukisha, said our children think it's just Ashebi party. Oh my God. That's so common nowadays. Oh, we're gonna be wearing Ashebi, we're gonna be wearing gele. Yes, that is part of the misconception. That is one of the major misconceptions. Somebody says, who wrote the manual and the scripts? And who wrote the manuscripts, and where does it originate from? Our traditional marriage is originated from our forefathers, from our ancestors. They've been doing weddings in Nigeria before the colonization. So this is what our forefathers, our ancestors had known. But for now, we are trying to build on what they do. Although we understand that definitely because of the what's it called now? Because of the fact that life is evolving, we are now getting more and more civilized than we used to be. We understand that modernization has stepped in, but then we don't have to lose the value of this just because of modernization. Okay, thank you, Mommy Susan Alaga. Woo! Mommy Susan Alaga is here, everybody. Let's welcome her. It's good to see you, ma'am. God bless you. Yahoo Baba said, I remember the bride told me that the mummies just come and make noise even while the program is ongoing. That's part of the thing that we also need to deal with. They believe mummies is just mummies coming to make noise. Imagine, But we all know that our traditional wedding, you cannot take the noise out of it. We cannot take the noise out of it. That is who we are. Somebody said it is competitive. I'm ashamed. Well, everybody wants to do the best. I'm not going to lie about that. If I have money, I have the resources, I want my child's wedding to be more if you know what I'm saying. Mommy Joanna Luke also said the children don't understand the concept of our traditional marriage. Even some adults, even some adults don't understand the concept of our traditional marriage. And that is why we are having this topic today. I personally, it gives me a lot of, what do I call it? It gives me a lot of pain when I realize that people are, um, they are messing up, they are messing about with our traditional marriage. They are making a mess of it. They are making mockery of it. It gives me so much pain. I don't like it. I don't know how many of us feel like that. I don't like it when what belongs to us is now being seen as just a basic thing or something that we can just push aside. So if you have logged in on TikTok, please feel free to unmute yourself. Tell me your experience. What do you think? Because I have a list of things to talk about today regarding our traditional marriage and how we can help to correct this misconception. That misconception is, if you have a misconception about a particular thing or about a particular subject matter, you are most likely to abuse that thing. You will not make the correct use of it. For example, if you give £10 to a young child, a baby, the first thing that baby will do is to put it in his mouth. Why? Because the baby doesn't understand that £10 is money to be spent. As far as that baby is concerned, he thinks it's a toy. He thinks it is something that is edible. And then the baby will abuse the money and do anything with it. That is why we have to make sure that people understand and we correct the impression that people have out there. And that we may think that, are you the only one that will now come and correct what has gone wrong? Let's do the little we can. Hopefully it will get to the right source. Somebody said diasporas need to start educating their kids and not lost the culture. Thank you so much. That's a very good point. Thank you so much for that. Okay, please, if you're online, please unmute yourself, say something. Say something. If you're also on Instagram, please keep talking. And I'm praying that Instagram does not do what it does these days. That people will be talking all of a sudden, I won't hear what people are saying anymore. Oh man, Camilla, I don't know. I hope it doesn't happen because don't stand still. Why you make come. I don't know what's wrong with Instagram. Oh Lord, have mercy on me. If you're on Instagram and you can still hear me, say hi. Hi. Really try to fix this thing during the week. Please unmute yourself. Talk to me. Yeah.
Hello.
Hello. God bless you. So Silvira, God bless you. Thanks for joining the show. Please unmute yourself.
Thank you. That's number one.
Thank you, sis.
Yes. I was the one who said it's competitive and I think it's materialistic.
Okay.
I come from a culture. My culture does not do all this laga and everything. But you find out now that everybody is copying what is not their culture. I'm from the middle belt. I know that it's the Yorubas that like party. Forgive me if I'm wrong, but I've lived in Lagos before. Yeah, they like party. They can throw party for anything. Turning the back, turning the dress, the house, everything.
Yes.
Which is their culture. They enjoy it. It's
good.
But why is it that some of our children also are copying? Who are not Yorubas, they are copying because their friends have done that. And if you don't do that for them, they feel very bad. Or they're thinking, oh, we're not up to it. I told my daughters, you're not going to copy anybody's tradition. We have our tradition. In fact, marriage is not, how do they put it? Wedding, or is it wedding?
Yeah.
Wedding is not marriage.
Yes.
Living in the home as husband and wife is different from you spend 15-20 million.
Yes.
People come and eat. They go away, and then you are left with debt or anything. Except your father is Odetola and all these politicians, which some of us aren't. So that's why I'm saying it's competitive.
Thank
you shouldn't be competitive. Just cut your coat
according to your size.
Your tradition. Don't copy anybody's tradition.
Thank you. Thank you so much, ma'am. That's coming from Silvira _.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. That's a very vital point. But I just wanted to quickly ask you a question. I know that we are now somehow interwoven. I know some of the things that Yorubas would do, Igbos would do, Hausa would do, and blah blah blah. They are, they're kind of interwoven. But copying one another, as Nigerians, which one is better? Copying one another as Nigerians or copying Oyibo culture? Which one do you think?
I believe in my culture. I like my culture, but I won't go into depth because of culture.
Yes.
Culture is not going to save me if I go into depth.
Yes.
I believe in culture.
Yes.
Culture has been there before I was born.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's going to be there after I'm gone.
Yes.
But everything they say be done in moderation.
Moderation. Thank you.
Please anybody. Do not please anybody because nobody cares about you.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Do not please anybody. Do what within your power. Do within your power. Within your limit. Don't go borrow.
Thank you.
Say, I must do a joy or anything. No.
Thank you so much.
I believe in culture.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's very important. Number one, I think we've done it here before as a topic. Which one is more important, the wedding or the marriage? We did it as a topic here one time ago. And why we said that is that people pay so much attention to the wedding nowadays that they forget to prepare for the marriage itself. So nobody would encourage you to go beyond what you can afford or overdo. No. Please make sure that doesn't happen. However, if you want to do something small, make sure that you show culture, you follow tradition in doing the little. Nowadays, people will borrow money to overdo, and they will even be doing the wrong thing, which is why we are here today to say, please don't overdo things. Number one. Number two, when you do not forget the culture. I can do a wedding in the sitting room. We've even done it before. Big wedding or small wedding. Which one is preferred? People were saying it depends on your purse, it depends on how your parents can afford it. Like we said, what's the point of you borrowing money to do wedding, and after the wedding you're not having trouble? Some people, their marriage starts having trouble from the night of their wedding because they have overspent. But as we said, today the focus is more on your culture. Like the auntie that spoke now, she said, stop. You don't have to go and borrow other people's culture. In fact, borrowing Nigerian culture to Nigerian culture is even a little bit understandable. Why would we now leave our own tradition and culture in Nigeria and go and be borrowing Oyibo people's culture? Thank you so much, ma'am. That is really appreciated. Please, if you're online, you can unmute yourself and talk to me. Instagram has started again. I can't hear nothing. God bless you. Yes, please. Good evening.
I love what Susubara said about our culture, but my own is about our children. And as a parent, because I know most times, because we've been in this country for too long, we even forget ourselves. Not just on the traditional marriage, even little things to teach the children, to start learning. When marriage comes, or when it's time for wedding, that's when all this culture you want to imbibe in the children, and that's when they fight against it. Copying each other, doing big wedding. I'm a Yoruba girl. I did a cultural one, and I did it in the sitting room. Only 20 people. My parents are not poor. I'm not poor.
That's what you choose.
Yeah, so the values is not Yoruba culture that is extravagant. It's individual value that everybody likes and how they like doing things. Whether they're copying wedding, or they're copying how to wear clothes, or how to do somebody makeup, or how to have somebody's husband. Copying is general thing.
Yes.
It's general thing. So we should just make sure that we teach our children the culture. It's all about the culture for me.
Yes.
And not just about wedding. Culture, respecting the elders, what that entails. I'm not saying kneeling down is respect. But the value of when you respect what you get back in return, you get respected. I work in an office when people come in, black boys, and they'll be like, yeah, I'm looking for this. What are you looking for? I'm not going to respond to you properly because you're rude.
Yes. That's not our thing. You don't just come talk to me like I'm your mate. It's not our thing. Yeah.
And especially when you're rich, you move to a village, you're running away from your people. Then when it's time to now do wedding, you want the kids to know basic things that they've lacked. Even if you're rich and you move to a good place, the children are going to private school. Don't be deluded.
Thank you.
And take them away from that culture.
Don't
take them away from that culture.
Thank you.
I see it every day. Don't go away it's wedding time, you want to do traditional one. You've taught them all the good things, how to be English. You've run away from how to be Yoruba. But now there's wedding, we have to be Yoruba.
Exactly. You know, I was just about to ask you before when you actually just took that out of my mouth. I was going to say, so what is the solution? You have just said the solution. The solution is, because what we're talking about today is not just about narrating the ordeal. It's about us finding solution to that ordeal, which I've just said. Okay, you raise a child, you stop them from speaking Yoruba. If I hear Yoruba from you, I remember we used to get punished back in secondary school days for speaking our language. You know, we make our own language forbidden. We don't let them wear traditional outfits during their normal lives as they were growing up. We don't imbibe the culture in them while they are growing up. Now it's time for wedding. You want them to do the traditional wedding. Excuse me? I don't understand how. And then some people don't even take, back in the days we used to, I think I did that topic here as well, as in this issue of restricting children from coming to traditional weddings. We used to take children to traditional weddings so that they can see. I remember when I was little, my mom used to take me to all these weddings, so I loved to do it. I'd always wanted to do it as a child. In my mind I'm like, ọjọ́ kan èmi náà máa ṣe ìgbéyàwó, because I see what others are doing. But nowadays we even say strictly no children. In fact, weddings are now full of non-family members. Traditional weddings are now full of non-family members. We have a whole crowd full of strangers. What's it called? Instagram, it has happened again. I can't see what people are typing. I don't know what is going on. During the week, I spent my whole week researching on what happened. Why can't I see what people are typing on my live on Instagram? Everything they asked me to do, I did. And now I can't hear you guys. So if you're on Instagram and you have a TikTok account, please come to TikTok. I don't know what's going on with Instagram. What if it's me? I did everything within my reach to make sure that I don't have to encounter this again. But now it's happening. So Instagram, if you can hear me, I'm so sorry. I can't see what you're typing. I know you guys are there and you're typing. Maybe I should go to Facebook so that you can see me there. And then you come to TikTok. I can't see what you're typing. I know a lot of people are on Instagram. Pardon me. Do excuse me. So following what this auntie just said, I'm trying to know how to pronounce your name. Is it Chef Mrs. Oh, who is that? No, the auntie that's Chef Mrs. Mommy. God bless you, ma'am. You have just hit the nail on the head. You've just said it all. Please, parents, it's not only in the diaspora. You'll be shocked that there's a lot of children now in the diaspora. I'm glad that there's a new trend now where you see children in the diaspora making a lot of effort to speak. In fact, they took pride in it. Blah blah blah. People are now beginning to let their children speak our language. I have seen where people come on holiday, because I'm UK based, and people come on holiday from Nigeria and they go here, and I was talking to the child in Yoruba. The mom was so proud to tell me, kò gbọ́ Yorùbá, mo láti kò mọ̀ ní ṣe wà okay. Ọmọ ń gbé ní Nigeria kò gbọ́ Yorùbá. They don't even live in Lagos, they live in Ibadan. Kò dẹ̀ gbọ́ Yorùbá, ṣe wà okay, I don't understand. All those kind of things. It's not a thing of pride. We used to so boast in the fact that some of you gbọ́ Yorùbá, wọ́n sọ Yorùbá, mi ń jẹ́ kó sọ Yorùbá. Oh, I don't speak Igbo to them, I don't speak also to them. You can never go to the north and see a northerner that will say that their children don't understand Yoruba. You can never see somebody from the Asians. You can never see them and say that they don't speak Yoruba. Please let us encourage our children from day one, not until the wedding time. Thank you so much, Chef Mrs. Mom. I really appreciate you. That's a very vital point. I know some people are still online on TikTok. Please unmute yourself. Let's talk more before I bring out my own things that I've written down here. Let's talk more. Yes, ma'am. Good evening, ma'am. Instagram ẹ máa bọ̀ lórí Facebook o, kò ṣe o. It's not working. Sorry ma, ẹ jẹ́ kí end the Instagram kí n lọ sórí Facebook. It's not working. People can't hear me. They can't hear me. Go on ma.
I'm not very good with Instagram though, but I suspect maybe anytime you're doing live, someone is flagging you.
Well,
because like you've always said, so that you've tried all.
I've done everything. Yeah.
So probably someone is flashing you anytime you're doing your live.
To o pe ni na ko lorun o. I live. Yes, ma.
I support the first and the second speaker. The first person said excuse me, she believes more about the culture than Sherry. Majority of us are from Nigeria, yes, but we have different cultures. Even among the Yoruba culture, what we do differently. From Ijile to Ijile, from Ilu to Ilu. For example, the Ondos, the Ekibogoni, and Shatan on side to Wala to Ondo.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
Tó jẹ́ pé other Yoruba people kì í wọ̀. Olórí aṣọ wọn ni tó bá ti fẹ́ ṣe wedding.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
Our families máa wọ̀.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
That's aside. So, and what we have forgotten is, let me first talk about the experience. Somebody said we need to teach our children, not only our children, we need to teach the parents as well. Àwọn alága kí wọ́n kọ́ àwọn òbí, because a lot of òbí náà ló jẹ́ pé wọn ò mọ̀ nípa culture wa. They grew up either in Lagos. Tó jẹ́ pé mímídẹ̀mídẹ̀, you know. Ẹlòmíì gan tí ò tiẹ̀ dàgbà sékòó tó jẹ́ pé ìlú gan ló dàgbà sí. They are not cultural oriented. Wọ́n kàn gbé nínú ìlú ni. So a lot of parents of these days will really mọ̀ nípa traditional wedding. And that is why tó jẹ́ pé àwọn ọmọ wọn gan wọ́n máa ń dictate fún wọn ni. I want Aṣebi, I want Gele. Traditional wedding is not only about the Aṣebi and it is not about the Gele and all of that. Kí ni wọ́n ṣe nínú ìdílé yín? How do you want to do it? Báwo la ṣe máa ṣe? But unfortunately, kids of these days, they dictate. Oh my God, how do you know?
It's okay. That young man there must be very handful.
They dictate to parents what they want, rather than we parents teaching them what the tradition in their family is. Whether you are doing an elaborate wedding or not. Wedding you, the tradition but unfortunately, I want you to just spend only 30 minutes to concentrate on the party. Ìdí tí wọ́n fi pèrò jọ pé àwọn ọmọ mi fẹ́ ṣe traditional wedding, they will forget about the part completely. Òbí mi ò ní participate, òbí mi ò máa wò ta, àwọn ọ̀rẹ́ mi fẹ́ dé, ṣáwọn ọ̀rẹ́ mi ti dé. So we need to educate parents as well, not only the diaspora. Ó ṣẹlẹ̀ ní Nàìjíríà gan. Àwọn parents gbogbo wọn mọ̀ tún mọ̀ traditional wedding.
That's really scary. They need to know.
You cannot give what you don't
have. Yes.
So what it prepare at least 2 hours of their time.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you.
This is tradition.
Yeah.
And it's so surprising that children would even tell their parents, I'm only giving you 20 invitation cards.
Yes.
Because our training Obi gogolo ni traditional wedding. Obi fẹ́ fi ọmọ fọ́kọ. Obi ni wọ́n fẹ́ fa ọmọ lé lọ́wọ́, kò ń ṣe bọ̀bọ̀ náà, wọ́n fẹ́ fa ọmọ lé lọ́wọ́.
Yeah, that's true.
So now on registry pé ẹ fẹ́ solidify ẹ̀ o, àbí ẹ fẹ́ ṣe reception, that is yours. Ẹ lè ní máàmù yàn kọ̀kọ̀ wá kémi àti àgbàjì mi máa bọ̀. But traditional wedding yẹn, èmi gan tí mo jẹ́ òbí ni mo máa dictate fún ẹ̀yin ọmọ, ẹ̀yin èèyàn báyìí nìkan, because it is my day. It's not your day. Yes, ìwọ ni mo fẹ́ fún lọ́kọ. Ìwọ ni mo fẹ́ lọ bá tọrọ ọmọ. Wọ́n ní mo tó ìdàgbà iṣẹ́ ẹ̀ ṣojú ẹ̀mí mi. But a lot of parents do not understand this particular point.
So what do we do, ma? What else? Because personally speaking, a lot of people that know me, for example, I have another, what do I call it now? A concept that I've just started doing as well. That I go in London. I go to this. Yeah, I go to the city of London. Yeah, I go to central London and I'm dressed in our outfits. People start staring at me. So it's like a street interview kind of thing. when I go to there and I tell people about people just see my outfit and they be like, "Ooh, you look nice. This is beautiful. What is this about?" So when I tell them about Nigerian traditional marriage, and I'm trying to create awareness using that platform to get more attention, to let people know about our traditional marriage. Anytime I ask anybody, thank you, sir, Daddy Babs, thank you, sir. Anytime I ask somebody, what do you know about Nigerian traditional marriage? The first thing they tell me is the gele, the ashebi, this, da 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 da. That's the first thing that people say, which is fine. It is part of it. It's something that we love doing in Nigeria and all of that. But my question is, after the ashebi, what else do you know? You will be shocked what people say. So, ma'am, Bokilicious, what else, how else can we create more awareness from what you have just told us now? How else can we create more awareness? How else can we correct this misconception? Because if care is not taken, the next few years, the only thing that people will know about our traditional marriage is Ashebi and Gele. You see this common thing that goes around. You're gonna marry in Nigeria. You're gonna wear Gele to my wedding. Àwọn èèyàn kò believe pé Gele yìí náà ni. Which is okay.
What I'm just going to say is charity begins at home. Before anybody can understand whatever we are saying on the streets or whatever is happening in the home, this generation, they would go around and be telling their children, their friends. My mom said this and that about traditional wedding. Content, we can do content, we can TikTok. And let me do OOTD and our kids, we can start educating them to do OOTD. What do you know about traditional wedding? They can start doing content about it to make their mates and other parents. You'll be so surprised that majority of the parents don't even understand they watch traditional wedding on its own. Okay, now you're just giving me. I'm gonna note that down. Whoa, OOTD of traditional wedding. Yeah. I'm gonna note that down. That we ourselves need to educate our children. I want to see what I they will take it to the university. My mom told me this. You ask your mom. Yes, so MC Monite is supporting you. OOTD. You know, do a YouTube or everything you got here. I am on YouTube as I speak right now. I'm on YouTube, I'm on 3 platforms, and I also do, like I said, there's you know, it's only bad things Lomango viral, ma. Bad things Lomango viral. I personally about to say that the show it doesn't contain the PUSSY, it doesn't contain people yeah. They will leave, yeah. So because like Chef Mrs. Mom said, I actually do a particular I did a particular concept where I dress up, as I said, in the city of London. You know, with girl, you know, I was wearing yellow asho, okay, and everything, and I've done the second episode. But you look never kind of blogger never kind of I've written 3 books about Nigerian traditional marriage, just because me personally is a burden. It's a burden to me. But wrong thing no pass down to the generations to come. So please, ma, continue what you were saying. Is apologies for rudely interrupting you. So I just wanted to respond to that before I forget. Chef Mrs. Mom, go on, ma. This, I think, it still starts from the culture, because where I am in UK as well, and one of the things we started is an African diaspora, and what we're trying to do is the children, like the children from my side of the family, they're growing up now. Yeah. When you said what baby by shaking it, they almost want to cry. I'm like, why do you want? Like, can you imagine? So I realized that even we that we're teaching them, when your second generation is lost from the mom, then we're not gonna pass it back to the children. So as we're growing, we're losing those values. Hey. So, because we're losing those values, I want to bring that back value into the children. So when we have any party, I'm making a kudu. Yeah. I'm making Bukilicious, you found a friend though. Come and see your twin sister. Oh.
Eshe.
You better eat.
Eshe.
You know, so it's little things that we've lost. It's a lot.
It's a lot. It's a lot. In fact, I have a sister here for you. I have a sister for you. Yes. Mo ní sister fún yín o, Chef Mrs. Mo ní sister fún yín bí. Tó like gbogbo orúkọ tẹ́ sọ yìí. Sister tó wà lókè yìí. Wọ́n love gbogbo ká ṣe gbó, ká ṣe kúrú, ká ṣe kíní kan yẹn. Wọ́n love ẹ̀ bí. She's always trying to promote traditions and cultures and say, you know, and like you said, they laugh at her, they call it oúnjẹ, but they call it, you know. So it can be very sad. It can be very sad.
They enjoy it.
Yeah.
And the children are enjoying it.
Yeah.
So I think it's just start with the individual. It starts with all of us. You know, what do we need to change? You know, what do we need to change? So when I'm talking to them now, now they know we work. It's the lack in me that will pass down. And the lack in them, they will pass down.
Nidake. We won't be quiet. Yeah, we will continue to say it.
Continue to educate children.
Yeah.
You know, continue to be a good example as well.
Yes.
You know, because party is now somewhere that when we go to party, that's where we're happy. You know, what else can we show the children that shows happiness? That is not party. You know, and because that's why they don't want you to invite your friends. Because those friends, they don't think they're your friend.
God bless you, ma.
When children come into my house, my older daughter will be like, oh, when you went to the kitchen, she was looking at you strangely.
Hey, Jesus.
You know, did you do anything wrong? You know, you was writing recently. I want my everything. Yeah. So people if they invite auntie, and they don't want that auntie. So when we're having a party now, they will be the one to write the list of people that are invited. Any auntie I make a list in here, they're not invited. Because they don't want to let me know. I want mommy not to be monkey. Kill and she when you will just in wedding. Because what about the wedding or they were fair list.
Lewa fe wa síbẹ̀.
Invited.
God bless you, ma.
Invited.
God bless you. God bless you, ma. Hold on, ma. And Facebook, thank you so much everybody that joined us on Facebook, because I had to move from Instagram to Facebook, guys. So please hold on, ma. Chef Mrs. Please don't go away, ma. I'm enjoying your company. I just want to let Facebook people know that what we are talking about tonight. Thank you, Yahoo Baba. Thank you so much for joining us. Bukayo Adekayo, thank you everybody. Thank you, Bab Celebration. Everybody on Facebook, I appreciate you. What we are talking about tonight, for those that are just joining us, we are talking about the misconceptions. Àwọn nǹkan tí àwọn èèyàn mọ̀ nípa ìgbéyàwó ìbílẹ̀, ìgbéyàwó ìlú wa, tí ó jẹ́ wípé wrong thing ni, pé kò ṣe nǹkan, kò ṣe bó ṣe yẹ kó rí. Fún àpẹẹrẹ, àwọn kan rò bóyá tá a bá ṣe ìgbéyàwó ìbílẹ̀, pé introduction ni, engagement ni, kì í ṣe ìgbéyàwó mi dọ̀la àti tí bá tó wọ white ni mo tó ṣe ìgbéyàwó. Fún àpẹẹrẹ, kí àwọn èèyàn máa sọ wípé ìgbéyàwó wa aṣọ ẹbí nìkan ló wà fún, káwé gèlè, ká ti ṣe gèlè, ká ti ṣe party. Àwọn nǹkan tá à ń sọ ń bí lẹ́nu nìyẹn. What is really wrong with this generation? Fẹ́ kí àwọn ọmọ tó ń bọ̀ lẹ́yìn wa lọ́jọ́ ọ̀la kó jẹ́ pé ìkọ́kùkọ̀ náà máa kọ́, nǹkan tí ò tọ́ nípa àṣà wa náà máa wá bá ń lẹ̀. For example, our traditional wedding is not just engagement, it's not introduction, it is a proper wedding. It's not, nobody should ever allow their children to say, today is my trial, tomorrow is my real wedding. What you are doing tomorrow is not the real wedding. The real wedding is when your parents give consent. Àwọn nǹkan tá à ń sọ lónìí nìyẹn. Kí ni àwọn nǹkan tí àwọn èèyàn máa ń sọ nípa ìgbéyàwó tiwa, kó ṣe ti Yorùbá nìkan, even Hausa ti Igbo, tó jẹ́ pé kò yẹ kó rí bẹ́ẹ̀. A fẹ́ kí àwọn generations to come kó wá bá nǹkan tí ò dálẹ̀, nǹkan tá à ń sọ nìyẹn. And responding to Chef Mrs. Ma, my daughter once told me, ó ní pé mom, my wedding day, I want everybody to sit down like a church. I don't want tables. I don't want people to have table in front of them. Money, why? Only because people will just be talking at the back. Only the alaga and few people will just be concentrating in the front. People are just chatting away. They're not paying attention. They're busy drinking, eating. And nobody's going to eat anything until the traditional session has finished. I'm like, oh wow. I said, if that is what you want, by the grace of God, that's what you're going to have. He said, if they sit down as a congregation, like sitting down very one church, at least distraction yẹn, no man káwọn lára tó ló máa ń tẹ̀lé mi. Ó ló máa ń káwọn lára tí a bá lọ ṣègbéyàwó tó jẹ́ pé ẹ̀mẹ́wàá Alaga Mamani, please, oh, pay attention, oh, the noise from the back is too much. Only many people don't even see what is going on in front. When you don't see what is going on in front, how are you supposed to even learn something? The people that I interview on the streets of central London, most of them, when I say, when you go to Nigerian traditional wedding, what do you notice? The first thing they tell me is, I noticed the gele, I noticed the ashrebi, I noticed the spraying of money, and that's it. And I'm like, okay, what else can you see? Nothing, to be fair. I said, you didn't see anything else. In fact, one of them is a Nigerian lady. Her name is, we don't let me mention her name. She said, I said, did you see the Alaga? She said, no. Who is Alaga? Who are those? And she was at the wedding from the beginning. So these are the things we're trying to correct. A lot of misconception. If you're on Facebook, if you know any misconception about Nigerian traditional marriage that is worrying, that you think that bashora kini you my phone one wrong impression, please say it out. Thank you, TikTokers. I'm sorry if I can't read your comments.
It's about I read it from MC Monainos now that Alagas do need to be educated on this money collection or whatever. If they charge well, can and if you know you're not going to charge, if you're doing it for free, do it from the depth of your heart. Who is a bonus? This is what discourages a lot of parents and a lot of our children.
That's another thing. That's another thing. Thank you.
That is why there needs to be a body that governs or controls. It's not because of Egbe, but it's to be under a particular guideline. There's no traditional wedding. They only should learn in 30 minutes to
Ben.
according to Nigerian tradition.
Ben.
But Tiala Gafura Batimo we pay only alajejoja ajemomonu oyulo ko ma pase onise ko ma bade moje. Do what you have to do and leave the place. Because Eru Komba Igbo ni book by Eru. It gives all of the Alaga in quotes a bad reputation. It gives them a bad name.
Yeah.
Alaga Koloma share. But the next event, someone Yoba Malani and Alaga.
Yes. You are right, ma. You are so right. Thank you so much, ma, for that point. Please, I will want to appeal to my fellow traditional wedding compares again. If you're a traditional wedding host, if you're a traditional wedding compare Alaga, Iduru, Alaga, Ijoko, whatever, please let us know. Let's put ourselves out there with good reputations. When people hire you, they've paid you to come and do this job. We know that we cannot do this job without taking money, bits of money here and there. But we need to stop it. We need to stop it, So we need to pay attention to what is more important. Sometimes people are busy collecting money to the point that they forget the main thing. Then there are some things that we have imbibed into this ceremony now that is not our culture, quite all right, but it's adding value to it. That's okay. But some things are just not acceptable. Please let us stop doing things that, for example, somebody speaking vulgar language during Nigerian traditional wedding. Whether Hausa, Igbo, Yoruba, it's not our culture, it's not our thing. For example, people, almost half naked, these are not our culture. We need to learn to pass the right information down. Please let us remember to keep our comments going on all platforms. And if you're on TikTok as well, you want to say something, please feel free to unmute yourself. I just want to quickly say some of the things that I wrote down here. I wrote a few things down that I think that is a lot of misconception. Don't forget, misconceptions about Nigerian traditional marriage. What traditional marriage is not that people think it is. We need to talk about it. Yeah, somebody said our culture is respectful. Absolutely. What traditional marriage is not that people think it is. That's what we're talking about today. And we definitely need to correct a lot of misconceptions. One major one we've mentioned is the fact that please do not refer to our traditional marriage as introduction or engagement. It is not. It is marriage. It is wedding. It is acceptable in the face of the law, as long as you you have witnesses and all of that. I am not saying that you should not do the marriage by act, which we call registry. You can do that because it's going to give you more ground legally. But this marriage is also acceptable in the face of Nigerian law. And this is the marriage that our forefathers and our foremothers, if there's anything like that, this is the marriage that they did before the colonization. They married, they called themselves Mr. and Mrs. as soon as they finished the traditional marriage. Traditional marriage is not an inferior part of Oyibo marriage, which is the white wedding or the church wedding. In fact, in the face of the law, the traditional marriage is much more recognized and acceptable. The Nigerian traditional marriage is much more acceptable and recognized in the face of the law than the church wedding. A lot of church weddings are a waste of time, because if you go and get married in a church where the church does not have this license, the pastor does not have the license to join you, which a lot of pastors don't. You are not married. And another thing is, people, I had an experience when I got married. When I got married in the traditional way, and I also got married in the registry. My church got angry that I did not marry in church. In fact, they suspended me from being a worker. Can you imagine? A marriage that I did and my parents gave their consent. My father was there, my mother was there, every member of my family was there. Every member of my husband's family were there. They gave their consent. And then we also went to the registry. The church was not happy about it. They think I did not marry the right way, the godly way, in their language. And then I got suspended from being a worker just because of that. Not because of anything else, just because of that. These are the things that we need to stop. If a family has given their children out, whether I'm watching a car or watching church, it shouldn't be a problem. But I'm not here to condemn any religious practice and all of that. I'm just saying. Now, let me talk about some of the things that I am talking about here. The misconceptions, the most popular ones that focus on here, or some are so heartbreaking. Now, one of these is, they say the traditional marriage is not legal. People say it is not legal. It's just about family. No, it is legal. Traditional marriage is legally acceptable in the face of the law. It is just that when you do the marriage by the act as well, it's going to make it more legally bind. But the Nigerian tradition, the Nigerian customary law does accept the traditional marriage as a marriage. Please don't let us say, never shake the is not. It's not supposed to be like that. So let's bear that in mind. Then there is a lot more to it than just us gathering. There's a lot more to it than just us gathering. People say it's just a gathering where people just talk and they just chat and they leave. No, there is lots more to it than that. Then some people say it is just about Ashwebi. Nigerian traditional marriage, we cannot take Ashwebi and Gele out of it, but it is more than that. The clothing is part of our symbols that we appreciate as Nigerian people, but that's not the only reason why we have. Don't forget that we also have Ashwebi at other events like funerals, like what have you. We also have Ashwebi in all of that. So it's not just about that. So do not let anybody give you that wrong impression that Nigerian traditional marriage is just about Ashwebi. Is deeper than that. Although we know that yes, Ashwebi is there, it's not just about when Ashwebi. Let us correct it. Traditional marriage is a legal, spiritual, and family covenant, not a fashion parade. The clothing is symbolic, but the essence lies in the family consent. Family consent. If you marry anybody in Nigeria and your parents do not give their consent, you have not gotten married the right way. It's about, bride price rights. It's about moral and communal responsibility. So please, let us know that and let us know peace. If you remove the clothes, is the marriage still valid? Yes. If you remove the clothes, the marriage right is valid. You can wear anything. It's not about the clothes alone. Please, 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 please. I'm going to marry a Nigerian. You're going to wear gele to my wedding. Fine. But it's not just about the gele. Please, 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 please. There is more to our traditional marriage than gele. The major thing is the parental consent. Another misconception is people saying, when you pay bride price, that means you have bought the bride. How many of us have heard that before? I have heard people say, Shebi, I've paid the right price. That means I've paid for you. That means I've bought you over. Hey, Joe, please, people, can we please correct this misconception? Paying bad price does not mean that you have bought the price, the bride. The bride is not a commodity. There is no amount of money that you can pay the parents of the bride, or that you can put as bride price, or you can pack as eruyawo. There is no amount of money or item that you can bring that is going to be enough for you to buy the bride. Please. I don't know why people think because you pay some amount of money because of that. I didn't even Yoruba wala ni to Joe. Our Hausa emoye koto fi man deru. Àwọn ìlú mi ba wọ́n ma deru rẹpẹtẹ, and they never say they bought the bride. Why do people say they bought the bride? Because they pay this little token. Please. That's another thing that we need to correct. It is not the bride is not a commodity. Bride price is symbolic. It is just symbolic appreciation. It is not a purchase. It's a symbolic appreciation. Please, bride price is important, but it is not a way for you as a man or family of the groom to start boasting. You know, once we paid your bride price, we have brought you over. Hell, Jesus. No. It's not supposed to be like that. That's another misconception that we need to correct. You know, it is you showing gratitude to the bride's family. It is a seal of alliance between families. It's a moral obligation to care for the bride. It is never a commercial transaction, please. That's another misconception. A lot of people, I've seen people when they interview them and say, Nigerians pay bride price on the, what does it mean? People say, it is a way to say that we have not bought the bride over. Please stop saying that. It's not. It's a way of you showing appreciation. Some in-laws will say, I paid for the bride price, so do as I say. Imagine, that is wrong. You did not buy a slave. It's not a slave that you have paid for. Please, it's a misconception. Bride price, it is not. It is just to show gratitude. That can cover the money they have spent on their daughter. Please. It's a seal of alliance between families and a moral obligation to care for the bride. It's never a commercial transaction. Please, let's bear that in mind. Another misconception that I wrote here is that anybody can anchor traditional marriage. If you are not going to allow just anybody to do your church wedding, why allow just anybody to do your traditional marriage? Because anybody can just say this and just come and do the alaga. That's why we have a lot of people making a mess. You know, I saw one video, I think it was your Baba that shared it with me. And the woman, I think she just wants someone that just got picked up to come and do this. They didn't learn anything. They don't know nothing about traditional marriage. And I heard the woman say to the groom, are you going to beat her? That one said no. Are you going to slap her? That one said no. You slap her. Come and see what I will do to you. Slap her. No, we don't do that. You know, we can correct them. We can call them to, but you don't say stuff like that during a traditional marriage. Some people I have seen where an alaga was asking the bride to touch the groom's special parts. I don't want to mention it online while they are conducting the traditional. No, that is not our culture. That's not part of it. It is wrong. So not anybody can anchor traditional marriage. Hire somebody who is trained, somebody who understands the culture, somebody who herself has good reputation. You know, the role of alaga is cultural. They know how to interpret the law. They know how to interpret the culture. They also have the ability to manage conflict if there is any issue. You know, I have seen where some alagas will be the reason why families will fight, because family or family is not supposed to be like that. So not anybody. It's a misconception for you to assume that anybody can anchor your traditional wedding. It's a misconception. Somebody said traditional marriage is outdated. People say it is outdated, it is irrelevant. When you traditional marriage in this day and age, some people think it is outdated. That's a misconception. It can never go out of fashion because it's not even something that is in vogue anyway. It is part of our culture, it's part of our tradition, it's something that has been, that will be, and that will forever be. It can never go out of fashion because it's not a fashion statement. To do traditional marriage is not a fashion statement. It is something that will continue. It has been, it will always be. Gẹ́gẹ́ bí Bíbélì ṣe sọ, ló ti wà láti tètèkọ́ṣe, ó ń bẹ nísìnyí, bẹ́ẹ̀ ni yóò sì máa rí ní ìgbà gbogbo, ayé àìnípẹ̀kun, àmín. Our traditional marriage is not a fashion statement that goes out of fashion, that go in and out of fashion. No, it is not outdated. Stop saying it is related. I don't think I can't be bothered. It's for the, I think it's an old thing. It's an archaic kind of thing. No, no. Our traditional marriage can never go out of fashion. It's always around and will always be around. It is a foundation of identity. It's a family structure. It is legitimate in many communities. In all our communities, it's legitimate. Even it is recognized in legal context. So how can it go out of fashion? When it's properly conducted, it is recognized. Modernization should refine tradition, not erase it. Please, if anybody comes to you and say, oh, traditional marriage, in this day and age, tell them it's not a fashion statement that goes out of fashion. Somebody said it's most do something wrong. Very right. Thank you so much. Thank you to those who are still responding to what we're saying. Please stay tuned. I love to hear from you. Please, our tradition is not archaic. It is not old-fashioned. It is not outdated. It is always in vogue and will always be in vogue. Please don't let us listen to people that says that, Somebody says, when the party is over, the marriage has no obligations. No, it's not just about the party. Traditional marriage, it binds two individuals together for life. It also binds two families together. In fact, a traditional marriage binds the entire community. It's not the way once the party is over, you can't continue party. I've heard something. If you can't continue party, you can't continue that's it now. No, it's deeper than that. Nigerian traditional marriage, from any culture or tribe or tradition, it is deeper than just gathering together and having a party. It is a marriage bind, as in it is binding. It binds two individuals, it binds two families, and it binds two communities together. So please, let us do it right. Do not assume that our traditional marriage is just about party. I just want to do and that's it. No, it's deeper than that. I pray that we all understand this thing because it's so important, and I hope that people would know. There's a lot more that we cannot even finish on this show tonight. A lot of things that people are saying about Nigerian traditional marriage that are not supposed to be like that. Some people, the one that I got to know recently that is worse, very much worse. Somebody actually said, one of the books that I wrote a book called The Evolution of Nigerian Traditional Marriage, Past, Present, and Future. The book is to tell us how traditional marriage used to be done back in the days, and how it is being done now, and how it's most likely to be done in the future. And I wrote another book called Dictionaries and Idioms of Nigerian Traditional Marriage, where you can read about all the key words that are used at traditional wedding, not just Yoruba, even the Hausas. Why do they carry the wine? What is it called? The outfits we wear, what is it called? The actions we take, what is it called? So I wrote that book and it is in alphabetical order. So when I wrote it, I actually did like what do you call it now? Donating. I donated that book to a lot of public libraries and public secondary schools and universities in Nigeria and here in the UK. One of the universities they took it to, because it is a Christian university, it's a private university, and when they asked the person that I sent there, what is this book about? Can you guys still hear me? TikTok, let me know if you can still hear me, and Facebook. They asked this person, they said, what is this book about? And then the person said it's about Nigerian traditional marriage. Thank you. You know what they told the person? She said, traditional what? We don't do anything traditional here. Thank you so much for confirming that you can still hear me, ma. We don't do anything traditional here. Take it away, take it away. And the person was like, the way you see me do you see me with your even if I'm wearing a your self, you shouldn't react to me. They sent the lady out too because she mentioned the word traditional. Now, that is the worst misconception. The worst misconception about our traditional marriage is the fact that people think it is fetish. That is a worst misconception. Very terrible misconception. When people think Nigerian traditional wedding or wedding ceremony or the marriage is fetish. In fact, it broke my heart. It really breaks my heart that some people in this day and age are still sitting down somewhere assuming that our traditional marriage or traditional wedding ceremony is fetish. It's so sad, you know. And this thing started gradually. It's not just now. I remember a lot of times when we started removing the items of our traditional marriage. For example, some family will say, please, ẹ má gbòrógbó wá bí o, ẹ má gbé obì wá bí o, ẹ jọ̀ọ́ o, mi ìfẹ́ rí gbogbo orú àwọn nǹkan bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn o, ẹ jọ̀ọ́, what is wrong with orógbó? What is wrong with obì? The reason we will say that is because, yes, somebody said, wow. Yes, it's that bad. I don't know anybody who has experienced that yet. When we start removing the, somebody said, I would never allow my son to drink the palm wine. Palm wine is a local drink. There's nothing fetish about it. It is not, and it's not any a whole drum or something. Gbogbo nǹkan tó jẹ́ tradition nínú traditional marriage wa ó ní symbol, ó ní reason. Even in church, we use the anointing oil as a symbol of, do you know where the anointing oil comes from? It comes from the vine. You cannot pay grape, you cannot pay olive oil. And olive is a seed. So olive is just as good as orogbo and obi. Please, one of the most heartbreaking misconceptions that I have ever seen or heard is the fact that they hear the word traditional, they assume that our traditional marriage rites are fetish. Please, 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 let us stop it. Let's stop it. Turning, kiss and title. Thank you, Mommy Tonya Shamo. It's been a very long time, man. Good to see you. So please, let me read comments. Somebody said, for those saying they don't want palm wine, they know what they are in their village. Okay. Somebody says Olorogbo and Obi is the number 1 on their marriage list. Yeah. So please, people, there's nothing fetish about us. Imagine, even the book that I wrote, somebody said the fact that I have the name traditional marriage. Kidding too much traditional. People just assume that because you said the word traditional marriage, ipe omi wípé oníṣẹ̀ṣe nìyẹn, pé n tó ń ṣe ẹbọ lóògùn orógbó. Yes. Please, I want us to talk about that. If you can still hear me and you want to unmute yourself and say something about the misconception about people thinking that our traditional marriage, because of the word traditional, they think it is fetish. How do we educate people about this? The word traditional, do they even know the meaning? Kò yé mi o. Ó dà nígbà táwọn bá ti gbọ́ the word traditional báyìí, wọ́n ti believe pé pàrípà ó ti di ológun àkínná máa ń pè náà, kínná máa ń pè, I don't know. Yeah, ó ti di traditional just means our own marriage, our own thing. Thank you, Mommy Ashamu. Why are people like this?
Because
Elebo, yes.
That's what we said. Even I want to in Nigeria. They have used this so-called religion to collect our rights, what is rightfully ours, away from us. Back in the days of our forefathers,
Benny.
Very sad.
Benny.
I can cite an example for you. I've had this very nasty cough since December. I went to the GP. I did all sorts. Then I went to my fashion designer recently, last week. And as I was speaking to her, I started coughing. And she was like, Delicious. The first thing she said, Sherman Jorobo. Because I don't need to know. Not Oyin supermarket, nice. Unfortunately for me, I just came back from Nigeria. Only original Oyin. Only came to be bread. Get it, big better bread. Auntie, in less than 12 hours. So, even in
yeah,
a lot of things that we should use here abroad. Even
yeah.
Nigeria, one more apple.
Ben.
Ológbò is a so.
Ben.
Bí apple ṣe jẹ́ so.
Ben.
Bí avocado ṣe jẹ́ so.
Ben.
Obi is a so. Is also.
Even nowadays, all this so that we don't even used to see here, and now we are not seeing it here. For example, names that we don't even used to see, they are now using it to even.
Almond.
Yeah.
Nigeria. Then there's this apple, this pink apple.
Yeah. Don't have the onion by. Yeah.
Don't have the onion kékeré.
Yeah. Yeah.
All these things we embrace.
Yeah.
But ishi, obi, orogbo, agbalumo, grow nílẹ̀ títí wa. They suddenly turn it to abomination.
Why? It's so sad.
And the reason is because of religion. Christianity, Islam. I'm a pastor, why? Just because one thing sharing in Nigerian movie. If I have a babalawo lo je won fi shipe fun yin won fi se. Tí bá fi apple sẹ́nu, tinu mi bá mo to bá se mi tí bá jẹ apple tí mo fẹ́ fi shipe fun a mu ohun ni ton. It is not all about obi or orogbo. I did my traditional wedding. Now I'm a born again Christian as well. But I insisted on everything family make up. We'll make sure more record of the shadowgraph. Because she has a way apple long, can you go obi, move is symbolic obi, lumpia. Foreign fruits. We don't have it, so they are not symbolic to our culture.
Nothing shade.
Because of religion.
Yeah. Somebody is buttressing your point here, ma. Somebody said, that's exactly what I used to cure my serious cold that I had last week. Orogbo is medicinal. Then Mommy Tonya Sham also said, it signifies that marriage tradition is our culture. The giving and receiving of gifts and reaching an agreement for, let me read a comment because I don't want to miss that comment. It's scrolling up. Of gifts and reaching an agreement for the marriage to proceed. Thank you so much, ma'am. They're just buttressing your point about how important the traditional part of this is.
Slavery mentality, the bishop, Mrs. Shiso. It is a slavery mentality. Imagine if I had brainwashed myself, or if somebody had brainwashed me. The pastors to now preach,
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni. Owó tẹ̀dẹ̀ máa fi ṣe tó máa ní kẹfì wá máa ra ògùn tí ò ṣiṣẹ́ owó iyebíye ni.
Ẹlòmíì àlérò irọ́ àájú àwọn òfẹ́ mọ́ púpọ̀ àwọn nǹkan bẹ́ẹ̀ tó ń ṣe àǹfààní tó ń ṣe ara lóore. He deliberately removed it because of Christianity. Kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ now?
It is well. May God help us. Does anybody still want to say anything among those that are online? If you're online, if you want to say something. Yes, ma. Can we hear you, ma? Somebody is on YouTube. The person is saying I should tell you to increase your voice. Emma Binu, YouTube people, I'm so sorry. There's some people on YouTube, they are trying to hear you, but they can't hear you. Unfortunately, that's the loudest. It is on the loudest volume. Sorry. Okay. MC Mona, do you want to say something to us, ma'am, before we round up so that we can go to Abalakini Kinshi? Thank you so much for joining us, everybody. Thank you to everyone that's contributed. If I miss your comment.
Another thing I want parents to tell their children about Nigerian traditional wedding is it does not necessarily have to happen in a hall. You don't have to have big crowds to do it. Hallelujah, church auditorium. By church, the capacity of the church. We can use our sitting room as long as see me as that there is a joke.
bẹ́ẹ̀ni
ọkùnrin náà tó ti wá
bẹ́ẹ̀ni
tó jẹ́ pé àwọn tó mọ ẹbí ẹ̀ gangan tó bí ẹbí ẹ̀ gangan ìyá bàbá kò ṣe pé borrowed pastor tó jẹ́ pọ́tọ̀ ní ìfọwọ́ bridge fún ọkọ.
bẹ́ẹ̀ni bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
We can still do it. Wàá wá lọ sí ọ̀lù wá lọ ṣe wedding tó fẹ́, but the traditional wedding itself does not have to be an elaborate something.
Yes, ma'am.
It's just the parental consent and prayer. Ó yẹ ká máa preach ẹ̀ fáwọn ọmọ wa pé òdi dandan kó tóbi.
Thank you, ma'am.
Ọkọ tó bá ṣe ìyàwó tó gba ìwúre lẹ́nu wa as òbí.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Reception yìí in future.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni bẹ́ẹ̀ni. Some of us did ìyá mọ́mí lọ. Fàdúrà sí mi in the sitting room, and here we are today. Somebody said Adun, Orogbo, Obi, Oyin, Atare, they are the number one on the list of traditional wedding lists. I think what this person is trying to tell us is that without all these things, what is traditional wedding self? What is the point of having a traditional wedding when it's not our thing? Ṣé suitcase tí kì í ṣe tiwa ni.
Ẹmu gangan tó kọ látọ̀ pẹ̀ tó yóò jẹ́ pé kò sẹ́dá àlàyé tó mọ bí omi yẹn. Jáde bẹ̀. Ìwé àkíkọ̀ọ́dà mọtí. Bọ̀ẹ́ dẹ̀ ń jí holy communion. Ṣé ọtí kọ́ ni holy communion? Ọtí kọ́ náà fi ṣe. And ẹmu cannot intoxicate you if it is not fermented.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
It is used to pray.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
But that slavery mentality yẹn wọ́n ti fi sínú orí wa. You are a Christian o kò yẹ kó mú. Ọlọ́run á deliver wa o. Bẹ́ẹ̀ni. Àmín àmín. Thank you so much, ma. Mommy Toya Sham also said you can have parlor wedding, buttressing your point, ma'am. And she said back in the day it was in-house. We completed the whole thing. Back in the days we used to have it in the garden, in our compound. We didn't need to have a hall. Nowadays, if you want to have it big, it's up to you. But recently, I had a traditional wedding for a couple that have been married for 23 years, I think. Please, Bumi 2025, thank you for joining us. Please feel free to talk to us. Do you want to say something to us, ma? That's it too. I'm going Bumi 2025. That's it too. Sorry, Shami, go. I don't think she can hear me. Okay, now I was going to say this story of somebody that I did their traditional wedding recently. The person has been married for 23 years. Ìgbà tán ṣèyàwó, ìlú yìí náà ti ṣèyàwó. The parents were back in Nigeria. Recently, wọ́n ti láwọn ọmọ tó wà university. Ọmọ méjì ti wà university out of 4. So recently the parents came to visit them. And they used that opportunity to do their traditional marriage after 23 years of marriage. I was one that did it. We did it in their sitting room. The lady said, ó ti ń wù òun tipẹ́tipẹ́ wípé kí àwọn òbí òun kàn fà òun lé ọkọ lọ́wọ́. Ọkọ náà dẹ̀ wá àwọn èèyàn ẹ̀ nílùú yìí. Wọ́n dẹ̀ ṣe. It was really nice. It was in their sitting room. We did everything. Mo tẹ́ ká ṣe ní hall. Pátápátá la ṣe nínú sitting room wọn dẹ̀ ni. And they are, àwọn tí mo sọ the wife is even over 50, let alone the husband. And they did the right thing. It's good for your parents to, to give their consent. She said it has always been on her mind, but because when they came to this country, they did it here and their parents were back in Nigeria. Please thank you, Mama Banke. Thank you for joining us. Yay, Mama Banke is here. Auntie Buki has been looking for you. I am the king is here as well. God bless you, ma. Hello.
Hello, ma. Yes, ma. Yes, ma. Yes, ma. Thank you, ma.
Between both of them, so usually I go to YouTube.
Thank you, ma. Oh, thank you so much, ma. Shema. Now I know. Thank you, ma.
Mama Banky, we missed you.
Sister Buki, this woman has been asking of you. She said, "Where is this Mama Banky? We've not seen her. Where is she?"
So many things, but I'm back anyway.
Thank you, ma.
I'm back. I'll never far away.
God bless you, ma.
I'm not here when you start, so usually you're so I'm around.
Yes, ma. Yes, ma. So Does anybody want to say something? The king, we can see you there, sir. Somebody said the most important one among the three stages of wedding is the traditional marriage. Thank you so much, ma'am. We all have three tiers of wedding in Nigeria. We have made it a norm. We have made it a culture of traditional registry and then religious wedding, which can be church wedding or nikai. We've made it a three-tier wedding. It's just a three-tier wedding anyway. All of them are relevant and all of them are necessary. But the most important one should be the traditional marriage, as somebody has rightly said. I think we had a topic here some time ago where we say which is more important, traditional church or nikai or registry. I think we had a big conversation about that here not long ago, about a few episodes back. Somebody said introduction, traditional wedding, church or mosque, and then maybe registry. So it's so important. Somebody said making wedding very expensive. If you can afford it, why not? I would spend a lot of money on wedding if I can afford it. But if I cannot afford it, I will not feel bad. I will not feel bad. But if I can afford it, the one thing that I want to spend money on is wedding, because that's the only thing they do when you are conscious, when you are alive and well. For example, when you are born, you don't know, they are not there. If they do your naming, if they call Tony Ade and Obey and everybody, you cannot tell because you were not conscious as are there. When somebody has been around, you are not there. One thing that you are around to witness by yourself, that is your thing, is the traditional wedding. So is the wedding. So I will spend a lot of money on my wedding if I can afford to. I will spend on my children's wedding if I can afford. But if I cannot, or they don't want it, there's nothing. It doesn't reduce the quality. It doesn't reduce the importance or the significance of it. The fact that it's a big one or a small one does not reduce the importance or the genuinity of it. In fact, one thing again that people need to understand is that the definition of correct wedding is not in the size. It's doing the fact that some people that do big wedding and it's just waste of time because they don't do the right thing. They didn't do the right thing. So if you do big wedding and you do the right thing, the tradition and everything, you do the right thing, then it makes sense. But some people will do a big wedding and it's of no use, it's useless. It doesn't make any sense. So let's think about that. Well, thank you so much, everybody. I personally, as I said, I am committed to campaigning. And I will keep saying this until for as long as I can. I will keep campaigning. I will keep talking about somebody's asking for Abalakini. I'll keep talking about Nigerian traditional weddings. I will keep creating awareness about it. I have a new concert I'm doing at the moment where I go on London streets wearing our outfits to talk about this. Please, if you see this, reshare, repost. I'm going to release the trailer for the latest one. I'm going to release the trailer for the latest one today, maybe today or tomorrow. Please let us repost. One thing again that I noticed is that people go viral for doing the wrong thing, but when you are the type that is doing the right thing, people don't even look at you. Oh, Victoria Shomade, she tried to say that's Mommy Ashabio. God bless you, Mommy. She's on YouTube. God bless you, ma. We can see you that you're there. I can see your messages. God bless you, ma. We are also on Facebook if that's more convenient for you. So by God's grace, I'm going to keep doing what I can. Please let us make sure that we help in spreading it. The more we share, the better. You will see that some messages are severally shared, but wrong message. Repost. Somebody said, did Agile son still present in Eruyawo on this generation? Yes, so yes, so yes, it is very important. It's either Agile son or Ejaro, which is Ejabori. The reason they use Agile son is because even from the name Yoruba and the sense gone. From the name you can say when Ason Eso, Ason Esola, Ason Esai Kubalero, and Ejabori, they can use it instead of Agile son. So it is still very much. In fact, some people will still insist on having it in the Eruyawo list. So it's so important. It's still part of the major things that is in the list of Eruyawo. Okay. Somebody said, I'm just asking. Ọlọ́run jẹ́ ìdálò. Wọ́n ní I'm just asking because àwọn Gen Z can bring ẹja Titus. That's exactly why we are doing what we are doing. You know, one of the reasons why people doing the wrong thing is because wọ́n mọ̀. So tó bá gbẹja Titus wá, èèyàn kan láti jẹ́ kó yé wọn reason tí a fi ń lo ẹja aborí àbẹ̀ja ọsùn. For example, tí ẹ̀fọn dáńtì, why do you have to eat this particular fish? Why not just mackerel? Why not just tilapia? You have to have good reasons. You have to have answer. If you don't answer for them, you can't blame them. You know, so.
Yeah, there was one case I heard of a girl that refused her parents to take the bride price, and the parents refused to go to her wedding because of that. It's on TikTok somewhere. And I've been on that argument, and it's like it's part of the culture, it's the tradition. That's what your parents require for you to be married, and allow them to do that. And they didn't attend her wedding as a result.
Oh my show. You know that thing. That's what I was saying earlier. That if you don't know the importance of, if you don't know the meaning of something, then you are likely to abuse that thing. For example, that child must have heard from somewhere that bride price means they have brought her, they have bought her, they have paid to buy her over. Yeah.
No, that's not what it means, but as you grow, as you mature, you understand the significance of those sort of things. To me, it just signifies the contract of marriage between the two families. Nobody is selling anybody, nobody is buying anybody.
Yeah.
Not in Yoruba.
Yeah, that's what we are trying to correct. Bukilicious, ignore anybody that is being funny here. Everybody have the right to say whatever they want to say. Just ignore people. Somebody is being funny about my neck piece. It's my neck, like somebody has said, but you don't have to answer. I ignore people like that. I don't bother myself. This is my neck piece. It's on my neck, not yours. To God be the glory. I love it and I'm enjoying it. Somebody is trying to respond to the person on my behalf. I ignore people like that. I don't bother myself. Somebody also said bride price is just a symbol that the daughter is important. She is not picked from the roadside. Yes, I've just explained that as well in details. I explained that in details earlier. The importance of bride price. Bride price is not to buy anybody over. Bride price is family appreciating the other family for giving them their daughter, and so on and so forth. There's a lot of misconceptions about our traditional marriage, which we will continue to explain to people that is not what you think it is. For that person, I have a feeling, I'm not sure, that the reason why the person doesn't want the family to take bride price from their parent, from the groom's parents, is because maybe she thinks somebody somewhere had told him or her that once they pay your bride price, they have bought you over. That is why we are doing what we are doing today. That misconception needs to be corrected. There's no amount anybody can pay me that can be enough to buy my child over. No amount of money. It's just it's just a way to show appreciation. And as I said, I think I read it out. Let me just emphasize on that again before I go to Abalakini Kinshe. Because that thing is one of the biggest misconceptions. One of the biggest misconceptions about Nigerian traditional marriage is that the bride is being bought with a price. No, it's not true. Let me just read. Bride price does not mean buying a woman. The correct thing is the bride price is a symbol of appreciation, not a purchase. It represents gratitude to the bride's family. It's a seal of alliance between families. It's a moral obligation. It's a moral obligation to care for the bride, and it is never a commercial transaction. It is never a commercial transaction. Please.
No.
It's got nothing to do with buying and selling. It is just
And as far as I see in Yoruba, it doesn't stop a girl going back to her parents if she doesn't like
at all.
They don't, because you buy bride price doesn't mean she can't go back if she doesn't like it.
Exactly.
She go back.
Exactly.
So
exactly.
There's no such thing like you're buying anybody. If she don't like it, go back.
Exactly. And somebody was even saying that. Hello, sir.
Good evening, ma.
Good evening, sir. Fine, thank you, sir.
Yes, ma. Yeah, quick woman. You see, I just want to say something about the lady. They said she didn't allow her parents didn't go to her wedding because of she didn't want them to collect bride price. I think one of the problems that they have in that thing is even her parents making her to understand the reason for doing that. And it's not even for me. I want to believe go share be a woman. Our friend while I'm feeling our a road culture wakuro nínú mind. A lot of things are happening in this generation that you will see some parents normally and all of those things. So they don't allow us to realize that this culture should continue and they should embrace it.
Some people are even returning it on the wedding night, on the wedding day. Yeah.
See, it is the father has the right to say I want to collect this or I want to return it. It is the evolution of the father to say I'm back in it. Oh yeah, back and all of those things. Like you rightly said, bride price is not. It doesn't mean that they are selling that child.
It is not a commercial transaction.
It's not a commercial venture or commercial backing. But it's just to appreciate the family for doing a wonderful job on that girl.
On that child,
And all of those things. On that child. Now, if the father did not return it, fine. If he returns it, fine.
We are sorry to cut you short, sir. Sorry to cut you short, sir.
Let me correct that.
Yes, ma'am.
Traditionally, it is because people do not know. They are not supposed to return it.
Yeah, I know.
It automatically nullifies the wedding.
Exactly.
Genesis chapter 24 from verse 53.
Exactly.
So even àbúrò méjì, Leah and tí ọkọ fẹ́ lọ fẹ́, wọ́n sì gbà for 7 years. Even our family go ṣòjòrò, they gave him the wrong person. He served for another 7 years. So which means biblically bride price is a must.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
Àwọn parents tó ń gbà tó ń dá padà yẹn.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
Nítorí pé wọn ò mọ̀ ní.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
They are not èlò fi sínú bride price yẹn sà.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni. Ẹ má bínú mà o, màmá kan sọ sí wọ́n wà lórí YouTube. Àwọn ọmọ mi wà kan wà lórí YouTube. Wọ́n sọ wípé kí ni ìdí tí Yorùbá fi ń pe ọkọ ní olówó orí mi? Nígbà tẹ́ bá ti mówó orí, tẹ́ ẹ ti dá padà. Màmá yẹn sọ bẹ́ẹ̀. Then èèyàn kan kọ síbí, àwọn ní owó ìyá gbọ́, owó bàbá gbọ́, owó ọmọ ilé, owó ìgbà, owó àwo. Agba gbogbo yẹn o, agbóbi, agborógbó, agba èso, agba gbogbo nǹkan. Àwa ní tó wà ní envelope yẹn gangan. Ta ọmọ wa o, a fẹ́ dá padà fún yín o. It is a wrong thing to do. Somebody started it. Yeah, somebody started it, and without asking question, people just follow suit. Nǹkan tó tún máa ń ṣe wá ní Nàìjíríà ni a máa ń ṣe one way traffic. Tẹ́nìkan bá ti gbàbẹ̀ kan gbogbo ẹ̀wọ̀ a fẹ́ gbàbẹ̀. It is wrong, it is wrong to return it as you have rightly said, sir. So thank you so much, sir. I am the king. God bless you. Ìtọ́jú bẹ́ẹ̀ náà ni wọ́n láti ń sọ ẹ jọ̀ọ́, ẹ jẹ́ ká kọ́ àwọn ọmọ wa, ẹ jẹ́ ká fi yé wọn pé kò kì í ṣe èèwọ̀, ẹ jẹ́ ká fi yé wọn pé kò sí kan tó ṣaṣọ wa. Èèyàn kan sọ lákọ̀ọ́kọ́ nígbà tá a kọ́kọ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ ètò yìí, àwọn àǹtí yẹn mọ̀ bóyá wọ́n ṣì wà online. Wọ́n ní nígbà tá a bá ń sọ̀rọ̀ ìgbéyàwó, ìgbà tí àwọn ọmọ yìí ń dàgbà, a encourage wọn oúnjẹ wa, a encourage wọn fáṣọ wa, a encourage wọn fédè wa. A wá dìgbà ìgbéyàwó, a wá fẹ́ kọ́ máa ṣègbéyàwó tiwantiwa. It starts way. Àwọn ọmọ mi wà wọ́n lọ sí Nàìjíríà, wọn lè jóúnjẹ, wọ́n máa di gbogbo nǹkan tó máa jẹ láti dà because wọn lè jóúnjẹ wa. Kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀? You know, we need to stop all those things. Why will they return bride price? Some people do return it. Somebody said, why would they return it? Unfortunately, some people do return it, but it's wrong. We are trying to correct it. Somebody said any parent doing that are not serious. Some of them, they don't understand. That's what I'm saying.
They don't understand.
They don't understand. What call it? Unfortunately, àwọn alága mi gan tún wá mọ̀. Èmi tí níbi tálága ti ń sọ fún ìyá bàbá ọkọ pé dáàdi ẹ dá padà wọn ń gbà. I saw a video that went viral some time ago where the bride's family returned it, and one member of the groom's family stood up and said, "No, we are not taking this money back. We are the groom's family. We don't want it back. Number one, ẹ̀tọ́ yín ni. Number two, tẹ́ bá ti dá padà fún wa, ẹ ti mú ìgbéyàwó yẹn ti fàwé ẹ̀yà nìyẹn." It's in my book, my latest book that I'm about to launch soon, the Nigerian Traditional Marriage in the Eyes of the Law. That book, there's a part of it where I talk about what can dissolve a marriage. And I'm not a legal practitioner, but I did a lot of research, and I had a lot of legal practitioners to help me vent the book. One of the things that could dissolve a marriage in some Nigerian cultures is the bride price. One thing that you can claim and put your foot down that I'm married to this person, and the law will accept that you're married to the person, is the fact that the person paid bride price on you. If you have the evidence of where the person had paid the bride price, then you are legally married to that person. If you had returned the bride price on the spot, you have just rendered that marriage null and void. So we need to be careful. If in the future you want to raise any legal whatever against that particular person, they will remind you that, sorry, the bride price was returned, which means there was no marriage in the first place. It was just a gathering of people to eat and drink and live. So we have to be careful. We have to be very, very careful. In fact, if there are people that have already done this, maybe you're going to have a small ceremony where the bride price is going to be paid. Because according to the law, the customary law in Nigeria, bride price is one of the evidence that somebody is married. There are some cultures in Nigeria, I cannot remember the name specifically. Somebody said, Mommy Victoria, she's on YouTube, she said, if not, he is not qualified. He's not qualified as to be addressed as such, as Mrs. if your bride price is returned. Now, what I'm saying here is, please don't let us go and put our hands in something that we're not sure of. Don't return bride price. If you return bride price, you have just ended the marriage before it's even started. It is absolutely wrong. It is ignorance. It is part of our culture. There are some traditions in Nigeria. Some of the if I look in my book, I'll find some of the tribes where if the marriage is going to be dissolved, they have to return the bride price as a symbol of, so we don't want to do anymore. Shemo. Oh yeah, Egba. I want the eastern part of Nigeria. Some part of eastern Nigeria, they actually have a ceremony to return the bride price. They do a ceremony to return the bride price if the marriage does not work, as a symbol that we are no longer giving our daughter to you. They will return the bride price. And there are some parts of that eastern part of Nigeria as well, where if a woman bride price is not paid and that woman pass on, they have to do everything. That is how serious bride price and all these things are in some traditions. So why are we making it, trivializing it? Why are we trivializing it? Why are we trivializing it?
We signify our own culture.
Yeah.
Very important, but now we try to dissolve them and make them like they are not important, but they are important. And it's because people don't know the significance of those things. That's why they validate them.
Benny, that's why we are doing what we are doing now, to create awareness, to tell people more.
A lot of those things are happening because we allow civilization to erode our culture from us. And thank God, these days we have so many children who are learning. They are learning our culture back. Even in UK here, a lot of children are learning Yoruba by force by So if we can encourage them, then I think it will be very good if you now start this they take their husband, to buy their wife, they take them home, they wear agbada and all of those things, and those people liked it.
Yes.
Why are we now saying we are the one, our tani gogo, the mama
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
like it,
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
and all of those things.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
So we are the mama wa share, you know, I'm going to buy.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
It will go viral.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
It's not one day thing.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
Okay, this is the reason for this.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
This is the reason for this. This is the reason for this, and all of those things. We pick it one after the other. In traditional marriage, this is OBO. This is what it means in traditional marriage. We talk about it.
Yeah.
We let everybody knows and
Yeah.
all of those things, so that they won't say, I don't want OB.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
Then I go tell one religious bodies not to shame.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
Inú ọ̀rọ̀ yìí náà, òun ló ń jó òun.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
Ṣé mo pé láyé àtijọ́ tó máa fẹ́ sọmọ lórúkọ?
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
Wọ́n fi sílẹ̀ ṣúgà, adùn,
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
àtàrí,
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
and all of those things. Àwọn church, so many churches now.
Àtàwọn àfáà náà.
Lórúkọ máa ní kọ́ máa kó gbogbo.
Yeah, we are always stretching our necks across the fence. So,
They throw it away.
yeah.
And those things are things that they do on most of us now.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
Then it doesn't change anything. It does not make us to fit into the society. So these are the things we need to bring back into the system and make them understand that it's our culture and
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
we need to embrace it.
Yes. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Like you said, Ono Lanche, Kolon gba fún wa. Like this Ètò Ìgbéyàwó, I have, by the grace of God, the next 7 episodes, no matter 300 episodes that I've done. 300 episodes. But you know, in Nigeria, it's only bad thing that goes viral. Only bad things go viral. But we'll continue to try our best. And even recently, I started a concept of going on the streets of London to create awareness. We are trying our best. I've written 3 books, so we are trying our best. And I hope that one day, people are getting it anyway. You know, thank you, everybody. Somebody said we are always stretching our necks across the fence. It looks greener on the other side. Our culture is being trivialized while we celebrate other culture. Let me just read a little more comments so that we can go to Abalakinikishe. Time is gone. I don't want to keep us here for too long. Somebody said in the olden days, not just Igbo, please, if it's done in Ijebu, okay, in the 50s, and okay, I think when we're talking about
That was
yeah.
when we were talking about
Yeah.
the person dying before they got
Yes, yes.
married, that they were forced to marry.
Yes, yes. Somebody says Celestial still do the Somoloruko the traditional way, which is good. There's nothing fetish about our traditional marriage. A part of around misunderstand we will keep doing what we can, the little we can, you know. And another thing is, for example, you see this show when I started, we had about 50 something people on here. People enjoy, you know, cloud chasing and all of that more than stuff like that. But the little we are doing, one way or the other, people that need to get it are getting it. I want to appreciate everybody. God bless you. The Abalakini cliche that I have today, I don't know what I've done with it. It's just something that I'm going to actually paraphrase. Please bear with me. I'm going to paraphrase it because if I play it, tell anybody, it's going to take a while. You know, it's about a family that believes that the mother-in-law, the mother of the groom, has the right to dictate whatever they want in the family. And then one of the things that they dictated to the woman is that the baby has to be circumcised. They're gonna give baby tribal marks, and the woman insisted that no, they can't give a baby tribal marks. So on one of the occasions they sent her out on an errand, and before she came before she came back, they have done more. Wow.
Somebody is going to see the police station.
Sorry. èèyàn kan máa sún police station ọlọ́pàá máa kó everybody. èèyàn kan ní kó gbé ìyá yẹn lọ sí court for 2 years. Okay, wait, sir. Wait, sir. I am the king. Eduro, sir. Sorry to cut everybody short. I don't know if you were on the show the day we did an episode of this show where we say our traditions that we should embrace and our traditions that we should abolish and why. We did a topic like that on this show one time ago. A few months ago, we did a tradition and we say our traditions that we should embrace versus our tradition that we should abolish. Even this marriage tradition, in some family, some traditions are horrible. Trust me, that if care is not taken, it can even take lives. You understand what I'm saying? Tribal mark. Èèyàn kan ní ṣe tribal mark yẹn jẹ́ kéèyàn gbé ọmọ lọ́dún tá a wà yìí kó kọlà fún I am the king, sir. Having this in mind, having what I've just said in mind, should that be part of our tradition that we should retain or embrace, or should that be part of our tradition that we should abolish?
Now, for me, I'm not saying whether we should retain it or we should abolish it. But it got to be something easy. For every tradition, for every home, there is a kind of customs. Yeah, that's their custom. Now, I want to give it compared to the people who see me, their firstborn, one I want to delay compared to the people who see me. I want to be a delay royal family.
Àwọn yẹn sì ṣe gbọ́ orúkọ adé sì ṣe gbọ́ owó ní ká. You look at the female genital, look at the female genital mutilation. Some traditions still believe in female genital mutilation till today. You know that, sir? Will you allow your baby girl to be genitally mutilated? You know, they still do genital mutilation. I am the king. When you go let you was ẹgbà máa ń kọlà rẹ wà wọ́n máa ń kọlà lẹ́gbà. No. Èèyàn kan béèrè pé ìlú wo ni wọ́n wá ń dáhùn pàbẹ́kúta làwọn. Wọ́n ní ṣe máa ń kọlà. Wọn ò ní nǹkan ṣe wọ́n. Irọ́ wọ́n kọ ìgbà tó gbọ́ pé I am the king pé wọ́n support pé culture èèyàn ní culture èèyàn wọ́n wá béèrè pé gbóná ti wá wọ́n wá náà mọ ní ṣàbí làwọn. Ẹ má bínú sir. Yes sir. Yes.
Ó yẹ kí n wọlé kí n mọ̀ pé nǹkan báyìí ló ń ṣe inú bíbá ibi tí problem ti wà gbogbo lílé yìí o nípa ọmọ kan mọ́mọ́ wá a ní this is who I want to marry ayé ìgbà yẹn wọ́n máa ń
wádìí.
wọ́n wádìí kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ nínú family yẹn.
Tí ò bá ti tẹ́ ẹ lọ́rùn tètè gbẹ́rù ẹ kó máa sá lọ.
Ṣé exactly. Now irú bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn náà máa ti mọ̀ whether inú family yẹn wọ́n kọlà ó di dandan kọ́ kọlà. Tó bá di dandan tó bá ti ní gbà you move on.
I support that.
It's not until you stay there you now say they cannot do.
But
remember the reasons why they used to call out.
Yeah, but you know that was what we were just saying recently as well. Somebody did a short clip about it. I did that thing on this show one time ago. The stages of our traditional marriage. Number 1, Ifojusona. Somebody did it and it's going viral now. We've done it a long time ago in this show. Number 1, Ifojusona. Back in the days, Ifojusona, why are winning? Toba Tiri, wọ́n máa wá bá ẹ ṣe ìwádìí is when they get to search, is it this, is it that, is it this, after that no máa wá alárinà, after that no máa ṣe ìjóhùn. You know how many people do that nowadays, sir? Àti ríra wa ìgbà míì gan ẹlòmíì gan ti lóyún kó tó find out pé family báyìí ni ọkọ ti wá. It's true. Ó la ṣe sọ lọ́sàn-án yìí. Ẹ kálẹ́ mà, God bless you ma. Ẹ ṣeun.
Sorry, Mr. King, I want to ask you a question. Ṣé ẹ̀yin kọlà?
Èmi ò kọ́ ni.
The first Yorùbá tó abolish ẹni Ìjẹ̀bú àti Abẹ́òkúta. Mo fẹ́ bí ìjẹ́ mọ̀ pé Ìjẹ̀bú máa kọlà.
Kukiri show screen record.
Mi ò mọ̀ káwọn ìlú kan kọlà.
Sí Yorùbá tí ò kí ń kọlà. The first Yorùbá tó abolish ẹni Ìjẹ̀bú àti Abẹ́òkúta. Ìjẹ̀bú have a unique ìlà. Mẹ́ta gígùn bíi ti Sànní Adé yẹn. Ó lè má gùn délẹ̀ ní Kàwọ́rá Òjò. Ìlà Ìjẹ̀bú nìyẹn. Wọ́n ti abolish ẹ̀. I understand Eduro, you have a good point. You have a good point. But tí ìyá ọkọ yẹn tí ò bá ṣe pé ó fẹ́ ṣèkà, why tó sẹ́ẹ̀dì obìnrin yẹn jáde, kò ṣe sọ fún pé mo fẹ́ kọlà fún ọmọ ẹ̀. God bless you.
No, ó ti sọ fún tí yẹn nínú owó ọ̀fẹ́. And the day ó wá ṣe lẹ́yìn ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ ni.
Right wo ni ọkọ ní láti lọ kọlà fún ọmọ tí ìyàwó ọmọ yẹn ò gbà. Àwọn kọ́kọ́ wà tá à ń ṣe ní Nàìjíríà náà tí ò dá tó yẹ ká abolish. Ṣé ìlà tọkọ yẹn wọ́n sọ pé wọ́n fi ń rẹwà ni? I'm sorry to say mélòó ló rẹwà nínú ọ̀tọ̀ kọlà? Because all this video ojú ni.
Ṣẹ́gbọ́n ẹni tó sọ ọ́ ní the man help my uncle came back home from
slavery. Hey, that was then. That was those days. Now, sorry.
This is social media. My whole help uncle yẹn tí ó bá rí lórí Facebook, bá rí lórí TikTok.
Ṣé tí ẹ rí mà. Bẹ́ẹ̀ni. 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 Dúró normal. Sorry to interrupt you, ma. Sorry to interrupt everybody. Number one, we need to find out the reason behind the Lakiko in the first place. In those days, the reason for Lakiko, one of them notice when they used to take them on slavery, kọ́ lè ní pé apábi báyìí lẹ́ni ti wá. Ìgbà tó gún máa ń ṣẹlẹ̀, kọ́ máa máa para wọn, kọ́ lè mọ̀ pé nísìnyí kò sógun mọ́. Òun náà ni ẹ máa gbọ́, before slavery, the reason is before slavery, I think it is to know that you are from this part. Tí ogun bá ṣẹlẹ̀, tí ogun bá ṣẹlẹ̀, kí a má máa para wa, kó jẹ́ pé a máa mọ the opposite, you understand, for identity, for. But kò sí gbogbo yẹn mọ́. Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
My mother was born in 1927. She had it.
My mom has it as well. My mom has it. My mom has it all over her tummy. Àwọn ìyá yẹn ló dẹ̀ wá ń condemn tattoo sí yìí o.
No, wọ́n exaggerate. Ṣé mo pé nísìnyí wọ́n exaggerate mama? Wọ́n ṣe sí wọ́n ti exaggerate ẹ̀. Wọ́n ti pọ̀ jù. Wọ́n ṣe ní ṣe.
No, me, I'm not embracing tattoo.
Wọ́n ṣe local tattoo o. Kì í ṣe
I'm not talking about the local one. You mean the local one? I'm talking about the permanent one. The permanent one ni mo sọ. My mother had the permanent one. Before you.
Okay, so let me ask a question to everybody again. Who has the right over a child? Is it the parent, the direct parent, or grandparent? Because in this case, the parent did not want it. They sent the mom, especially the mother, that had the baby for 9 months.
Sorry, the parent,
Koto de àwọn òbí.
I am a
Yes.
So I think we need to. We also need to know the boundaries as well. Parents, grandparents, know your boundary in the life of your.
Exactly, you know your boundaries.
Delicious. Stop it. You make me laugh. Your kidney show my your. Yeah, that's what you are saying, you know. We need to no. Respecting boundaries. We need to respect boundaries. Some things are not what it used to be, you know, because when we had that topic on this show that day, and we're talking about beautiful cultures and traditions that need to be retained and those that need to be abolished, there was a lot of things that came up. You know, our family and they are still like that today. Ẹlòmíì máa ní pé ní ìdílé àwọn kó tó di pọ́n fẹ́yàwó wọlé o gbọ́dọ̀ kọ́kọ́ fọwọ́ lọ́ta o gbọ́dọ̀ kọ́kọ́ ṣe kíníkan kíníkan. Those things people are saying yeah, people are saying ṣèbórí wọn kó tó fẹ́ wọn. Mélòó nínú àwọn ọmọ ọ̀sìn ló máa ń ní oore ọ̀fẹ́ àti mọ̀ kó tó di pé ó fẹ́ ìdílé yẹn. Most of àwọn ọmọ yẹn wọn ò tiẹ̀ mọ̀ wọ́n kàn ti fẹ́ra wọn ti wọn ni. Àti wípé ṣé tó bá jẹ́ ìlú òyìnbó ni irú ọmọ yẹn ń gbé tí ìlú òyìnbó ni irú ọmọ yẹn ń gbé tí yàyàn wá bá aṣọ lídé tó wá ṣe ọmúgọ̀ ń bí.
I saw a lady on social media recently.
Killing of the twins. Yeah, I saw it. Ben.
She's only got a few months to live.
Yes. Yes.
So
There are still.
Traditional. It is this.
Your country grandma supposed to be jailed. Somebody.
I want to ship you something, madam. Yes, sir.
Their wickedness is not more feel or more abolish. Some people are naturally wicked and they want to show
Shege Pro Max. Yeah. To their daughter-in-law.
Daughter-in-law, whatever.
And all of those things. They are just naturally wicked.
Yes.
For example,
àwọn kan máa ló máa jalangba. Yeah.
Àwọn ọmọ ìdílé yẹn tó travel wá abroad. Ṣé ìjọ wá kí àwọn ọmọ wọn ni? Ṣé pé àwọn ọmọ wọn survive?
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
Àwọn ilé kan wà, my whole immediate senior sister. Tó bá bí ọmọ, tó bá bí ọkùnrin. For good 9 days kò ní jẹ yọ̀.
Wow.
Wọ́n ní jẹ Maggi. Wọ́n máa lọ ra ẹran lọ́jà, wọ́n máa boil ẹ̀ pẹ̀lú omi. Wọ́n máa fi jẹun.
Wow.
Wọ́n máa jẹ tó bá pé 7 days. Wọ́n bá gbóbìnrin for 7 days kò ní jẹ yọ̀, kò ní jẹ ata, kò ní jẹ pọ̀.
Ah, that's not fair. Tó ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ bímọ. Tó yẹ kó jẹ pepper soup. Somebody said we have a lot of relearning to do. We keep hiding under culture. You know, some of the things are supposed to be unlearned. The truth of the matter. You know, let's be realistic. And one thing again is, ó dàbí àwọn ọkọ tó ti kọ́ wa ní even the church pé tàbá ẹ má ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ gbàtà dé ìlú yàrá pé wọn ò bí wa dá ká má ṣe. For example, níbi church wọn ní ẹ má wọ ṣòkòtò. Ṣé o lè má wọ ṣòkòtò nílùú òyìnbó nínú òtútù burúkú? You know, it depends on where you are. Then somebody, I know someone that's very close to me. She's a pastor's wife, and she said that ìdílé táwọn ti wá, wọ́n ní ìdílé táwọn ti wá, ipe tí omi ṣe kíní kan ní sọ́ni mu wọn táwọn bá bímọ for the first 1 week ìyàwó yẹn ò gbọ́dọ̀ fomi gbóná wẹ̀. Ìyàwó tó ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ bímọ. Ẹjọ́ ṣé èèyàn lè ṣe yẹn ní UK yìí nínú àbí ní Canada? Ipe it is a taboo. It's forbidden. Pé kọ́ wọn fomi gbóná wẹ̀, so you have to be omi tútù fẹ́ẹ́ tó ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ bímọ ní UK. So possible. She said it stopped from her because she had all her children in the UK and she's a Christian. She said she prayed about it and she had correct hot water. But there's a situation of more mẹ́rin tó bí.
For the next 7-8 days, tí wọ́n bá fi ìgbà kọ̀ọ̀kan ẹ̀bà, only that once ló máa jẹ. Tẹ́ tó bá pẹ́nu mi gba méjì nǹkan. ṣé o ní sáà ọ̀rọ̀ tí mo sọ yẹn.
Màá dẹ̀ mú ìgbà kan yẹn máa fi ìgbà kan yẹn máa fi kó láti ìsàlẹ̀ lọ́hùn. But I want to ask a question as well. Why is it that most of these laws are against women? Èmi ò tí ì ríbi tó ti sọ pé tó bá fẹ́ obìnrin bá bímọ ọkọ ẹ̀ ò ní jẹun fọ́jọ́ méje. Ọkọ ẹ̀ ò ní jẹun. Ṣé ń gbọ́.
I told my mother, wọ́n bè lọ́wọ́ ìyọkọ mi, wọ́n tètè wá sí sẹ́ẹ̀ fún àgọ́ marriage.
ṣe ti rí wisdom nínú.
But ẹ lè fàyè ìgbà yẹn wé àwọn ọmọ tó ti máa rẹ́dì lóyún tó ti máa táàkà tẹ̀ tó mọ̀. Ẹ lè fàyè ìgbà yẹn wé sí yìí. Láyé ìsìn àwọn ọmọ yìí. Ṣebí asọ lórí ètò yìí ń jọkọ̀ náà ẹ má gbàgbé ó dà pé wà online lọ́jọ́ yẹn I'm the king. That's wípé are you supposed to propose to my daughter without my whatever? Ṣebí asọ lórí ètò yìí tó jẹ́ pé àwọn ọmọ yẹn wá ti engage ọkọ̀ máa délé ọmọ ní mọ́mí look guess what? Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
Tí ọkọ mi tó bá parọ́ fún mi Ọlọ́run gbọ́ tí mo bá jáde láìwọ ibù kí n máa wọ pants tí n bá bọ́ síta mo máa sọ̀rọ̀ títí tí máa fi rí obìnrin tó máa fún mi ní aṣọ. I'm not joking. I told my mother.
Exactly.
Wọ́n ní màmá pariwo ni pé mo fẹ́ wọn bí tẹ́jọ́ tí wá kí wọ́n ní ẹ fashion po mi mo lọ lé ìyá mi.
Tó. Bẹ́ẹ̀ni now.
Mo sọ fún màmá mi.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
Báwo ni ṣe máa bímọ wà lórí wọ́n dẹ̀ sọ pé ìlú yẹn máa wọlé o máa rí o gbọ́dọ̀ rí just to prove pọ́mọ̀ ṣọ́màlè.
Blood of Jesus.
Look at that.
I saw another clip. You know there's some. I saw another one. Ó dàbí pé Òṣùpá ló fi kọrin pé láyé ìgbà yẹn pé wọ́n máa ní kí wọ́n da omi sórí òrùlé kí ìyá máa sáré wọlé lẹ́ẹ̀méje ẹni tó ṣẹ̀ bímọ. Kó máa sáré wọlé lẹ́ẹ̀méje.
Ọ̀rẹ́ mi kan ti ẹ̀ bímọ ilá tútù tí wọ́n ò sè mo wà ní kòmọ̀ yẹn àti èkúté tó ti gbẹ tán rà lọ́dọ̀ iléèwé ọmọ ló ń jẹ.
Blood of Jesus. Exactly. So I think the bottom line here is gbogbo nǹkan tá à ń sọ yìí gbogbo nǹkan tó ní advantages no in as much as I'm an advocate of culture. I'm an advocate of preserving our culture, which is one of the major reasons we're talking about tonight, about our traditional wedding cultures that should not be abolished. We have beautiful cultures that should never be abolished, that should be embraced, that should actually be passed from generation to generation. But definitely we also have some that should be abolished, you know. It's not good health-wise. Yeah.
But because Christianity and religion generally has taken over the world, ẹni tí wọ́n ní kó sáré gbabẹ́ omi lórí òrùlé ẹni tí wọ́n lè jò máa wá kí gbogbo orúkọ bẹ́ẹ̀ ó máa ń ṣe àwọn tó bá dẹ̀jà èèwọ̀ yẹn máa ń mú wọn.
Ṣé mọ nǹkan tó máa ń fà á mà Bukiricious ṣé mọ nǹkan tó máa ń ṣẹlẹ̀ ni wípé most of the time tó bá máa wo kíní yẹn àwọn family kan tó ti fìyà jẹ ẹrú kan tẹ́rú yẹn wá fi wọ́n gégùn bóyá ẹrú yẹn bóyá ó padà di ejò á wá gégùn sílẹ̀ fún wọn pé bóun ṣe ń dejò tóun ṣe ń fàyàwọ́ lọ sínú igbó yìí anybody tó bá bímọ nínú ilé yín so ìyà ìmọ̀dí yes so some of those things are like taboo from like a curse placed on the family because of one bad thing that somebody has done or the other èèyàn kan náà ló máa ré ègún yẹn náà èèyàn kan náà ló máa end ẹ̀ and guilt ló dẹ̀ máa ń jẹ́ kí wọ́n sì máa believe kó sì lè ṣẹlẹ̀ sáwọn ìwọ tó bá believe pé kò lè ṣẹlẹ̀ sí ẹ náà nìyẹn because a lot of times irú àwọn tó ní pé wọ́n gbọ́dọ̀ jalangba It's because when one of the Erus had the baby, alangba no fi so nje fún wa gegun le fún something like that. So gbogbo àwọn nǹkan bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn èèyàn kan náà ló máa stop ẹ̀, èèyàn kan ló máa put an end to it. Èèyàn lè máa jẹ ìyà generation to generation. And it's so sad that we are so quick to embrace the curses raised on a particular family from generation to generation. What about the blessings? Kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ táwọn àwọn blessings kan tó wá from generation? Why can't you continue to enjoy it in that generation? Why is it the curse?
We are still calling Abraham blessings and mine too.
But that is Abraham now. But you know that somebody said we are still inheriting the sin of Adam. We are dying, but nobody has inherited the riches of Solomon. Oh no, the Etoba embrace it, Shebi. That's exactly, you should koju see, not ẹ̀yìn. I don't want the ẹ̀yìn part. I want the koju. I want the koju. Thank you, Alaga. Yeah, Alaga Siteswe. Thank you so much for joining us. Yeah. Thank you. Somebody is already saying good night. Exactly. Sherry, it's all in the mind. Yeah, it's all in the mind. Good night, my darling sister. Thank you so much. That's a beautiful one. Yeah. Ade is better than English name.
You can still be Ademola Felix.
Unfortunately, mo ti wá fún àwọn ẹni orúkọ English, mo ti wá tẹ̀ mọ́ wọn lórí until later ló ṣe wá realize.
Ló ṣe wá yé yín.
Fundamental mistake and all of those things. But you know, nǹkan tí mo sọ nínú gbogbo ẹ̀ ni pé wọn ò jẹ́ kí most of àwọn ọmọ wa, àwọn this generation, they don't know what all these things are all about. Sherry, Bukilicious is so what religion has done to many of our culture. Yeah, there are some certain things that need to be abolished in our culture. That definitely we need to let it go. But Sherry, I'm way too abolish gun. Oh, check out more value and more. So, reason. Like I was saying the other time, Sherry, letting your body marry. Marry. I got married in 2007. Ìgbà tí mo fẹ́ marry àwọn kò ṣe mí nìkan ni mo ṣe, kò ṣe àwọn parents mi nìkan ló ṣe verification níbi tí mo fẹ́ marry sí. Àwọn parents ìyàwó mi àti gbogbo
àwọn náà wá di ọ̀dọ̀ yín. I also did that, but not many people do that anymore.
So a lot of people are not doing it again. So that is why the rate of divorce is so alarming today. Because àwọn nǹkan tí ìgbà tẹ́ bá wá délé tán lè máa rí àwọn nǹkan tí ò yẹ kẹ́ rí. Ẹ máa rí pé okay, wọ́n jẹjọ nínú bíbá yìí, èmi ò ń jẹjọ. Àwọn máa sáré káàkiri.
We have to keep promoting that, sir. We have to keep campaigning that. Yeah, good night, Chief Mom Mrs. Thank you so much. We have to keep campaigning that. We have to keep talking about it. Yeah, ká fi máa yé àwọn ọmọ wa láti sìn pé jọ̀ọ́ tó bá réyàn o, má ti tẹra ìtìlẹ̀ fún jẹ́ nǹkan kan mọ́ o, má lọ, you know. We need to start saying that. And charity, they say, begins at home. And we have to start from our homes, our family, immediate families. And then we need to, you know, before we even bring it to the society, what is the impression that your children have? Nowadays, people don't say anything wrong in sleeping before marriage and all of that. Can we still have the days of virgin before marriage? Virgin before marriage, Jimbo. Àwọn míì sọ pé kí ni tó bá wá lọ ṣe ńkọ́. Àwọn èèyàn fẹ́ lẹ̀ mí lóko ọjọ́ tá à ń sọ̀rọ̀ ọjọ́ tá ṣe that particular topic.
Níjọ́ tí mo
because these days wọ́n believe pé níbo. Bookylicious pẹ̀lú àwọn tó lẹ̀ mí lóko ọjọ́ ta sọ tọ́pìkì yẹn ń bì báyìí pé kí àwọn èèyàn máa wà virgin this Bookylicious. It's yes. That is another thing. Disadvantage. You know. In fact, kọ́lọ̀ ń ṣọ́ wa back yàrá pé àwọn ìlú kan wà àwọn ní Nàìjíríà wà tó jẹ́ pé àwọn máa ń kọ́ àwọn ọmọ wọn obìnrin wọ́n máa ń ṣẹ́wọ̀n kọ́ máa ń kọ́ àwọn ọmọ wọn obìnrin àwọn awádẹ̀rẹ̀ bí èèwọ̀ ló jẹ́ lọ́dọ̀ wa àwọn ẹ̀yà kan wà wọ́n máa ń kọ́ àwọn ọmọ wọn. Ìyẹn wrong wọ́n ti ń ṣe ń sìn anyway wọ́n ti ń ṣe ń sìn àwọn náà ti rí pé ó wrong ẹ wo ẹ má jẹ́ ká bòkó lọlé olóró lẹ́yìn ọmọ mélòó àwọn ọmọ kan ti fẹ́ ṣègbéyàwó. Àwọn ọmọ kan ti fẹ́ ṣe wedding Bookylicious I hope you capture that àwọn ọmọ kan ti fẹ́ ṣe wedding kọ́lọ̀ ń ṣọ́ wa ṣẹ́tìrì. The bottom line here is we will try our best. We will try our best. We will keep spreading this gospel of ours, of our tradition and culture, and also what we're not supposed to encourage, we will not encourage it. Kò sí nǹkan nowadays ojú máa ń tì àwọn ọmọ láti sọ wípé àwọn ọ̀bọ́kùnrin sùn rí. I saw a clip earlier. I'm not sure if I sent it to some of my fans. I'm going to round up on this one because of time. The guy said that when he became this virgin as a man was when one day òun àti uncle nǹkan jọ lọ bìkan ó wá expect kóun bóbìnrin sùn torí pé òun bóbìnrin sùn òun wá bóbìnrin yẹn sùn. So when they got home he now mentioned that thing to the entire family hey ṣe lè believe pé lágbájá is a virgin. Only everybody busted out laughing at him. Ó náà máa fòun ṣe yẹ̀yẹ́ o. Only including ìyá òun. Ó fòun ṣe yẹ̀yẹ́. I wish I find that clip. Ọkùnrin àgbàlagbà ló sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ o. Ó ní ìjọ yẹn. Ó ní òun rò bóyá ayé òun ti bàjẹ́. Òun rò bóyá òun ti ṣiṣẹ́. Òun ti ṣe nǹkan tójú òrírí. Ó ní ìjọ yẹn lòun ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí make adventure on how to sleep with a woman because she feels that is what's going to validate him as a man. And that's how this guy started going around with women. He became sex addict and stuff like that. Now, how does the society look at? I told my daughter every day, you don't have to be like them. You are not weird. Because you go and speak to some of your friends, you're weird. Even in my own days, my friends used to laugh at me. At this stage, there's nothing wrong with you not knowing at this stage. It's entirely up to them if they want to do it, but they shouldn't make you feel bad for not doing it. We need to normalize certain things, and we also need to let some things know that this thing should never happen. Not forgetting about Abalakini Kinshe, no mother-in-law has the right to put any mark on my child while I'm not there. I don't care what the tradition is, I don't care what the culture is. It has to be with my consent. Even that, as a mother, if it is in this part of the world, I will go to jail if I do that to my child in this part of the world. I'll go to jail. And things like that are also becoming a child. Court of law. Only sue in Nigeria. To them successfully. Yes. So we need to learn. We need to set boundaries. We need to unlearn something like somebody has said. We have a lot of unlearning to do. And also have a lot of learnings to do and relearn some things as well. One of the things that we need to relearn is the fact that there's nothing wrong with our traditional marriage. Our traditional marriage is not fetish. There's nothing wrong with obiorobo and all of those things. Nothing wrong. But some things that are harmful to the body that we call culture. some things that are harmful to the mind, that is harmful to the emotions, mentally, physically, and emotional health of any human being should be abolished, no matter how cultural they think it is. Like female genital mutilation, it should be abolished. All these tribal maxims, it should be abolished. Anything that causes harm to your body or to your health or to your mind or to your spirit should be abolished. But if it's something that is genuine, that is beautiful, that is lovely, it should be embraced. And also we should stop the habit of focusing on one part of the beautiful culture and leaving the other. For example, people think, I'm gonna marry a Nigerian and you're gonna get it to my wedding. They think that is what our wedding is all about. No,
it's not about gele.
It's not just about gele. Gele is part of it. In fact, we love it, but that's not the only thing. You know, people now coming to marry Nigerians just because of the gele is horrible. It's a horrible reason to marry anybody, because by the time after the gele is done, and after all the ceremony is done, your reality suddenly come to you that this is married, it's beyond the wedding. I want to appreciate everybody. It's been a fantastic conversation. I can't believe that we've been here for 2.5 hours. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Witness, please, I'm just pleading. To feel free. That's it.
Yes, ma'am.
Either you have only male, either you have only female.
Yes, ma'am.
You know the time.
Yes, ma'am.
Feel free to ask them. Don't hide it.
Yes, ma'am.
I do ask my own children before they all engage.
Ben.
It's very wrong.
Ben. Thank you so much, ma. And I think we also did that once here. One day, my daughter came back from uni and said, Mom, is it wrong for me to crush on someone? And I was like, oh, wow, I'm so proud of you. That means you're becoming a woman. There's absolutely nothing wrong in crushing on someone. And she said, Mom, is it okay for me to ask the person? And I'm like, well, it's a little bit, dicey. You have to be sure, because asking a man where we come from may look like you're appearing cheap and stuff like that. So I wasn't sure if the answer I gave her was correct enough. So I brought it on this show as a topic. We're joining. Oh my God, I think we're here for over 3 hours. Everybody had different things to say. But the point I'm trying to bring out is that's how much I let my own children be free with me. My daughter is very comfortable to talk to me about anything. In fact, my daughter was still about 6 years, primary school, 6, 7, Mommy, I think 3 boys are in love with me in my class. So I was like, Amy Nikota, 3 boys. But I calmed down. Amy Nikota, 3 boys. Yes, are they white or 2 white and 1 Asian? We laughed about it, and I talked to one of my friends whose children are slightly older. And that my friend said, and all of that. So since then, reality dawned on me. Very soon, my mama I need to start preparing myself, learning because these things we didn't enjoy that privilege of talking to our parents about our relationship, and we didn't have that privilege. So exactly. So we need to make sure that narrative is changed. So at that age 7, in case someone
one of my sons, 8 years, going to be loving me, Mommy.
So we need to be sure what we tell them is.
Actually had something from school.
So
we laughed about it. Then later I called him and explained, it's something of Agbalagba, wherever. Either you tell them, you don't tell them. That will be a thing. Come and get into it. And it is better you let them know.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni, ìgbà tí àwọn máa ní tó bá dá ẹ kọjá ó máa lóyún ni o. Tó bá dé tí aṣọ ẹ mú ó máa lóyún. Exactly. So we need to learn, we need to unlearn, we need to understand that this generation they know a lot more than we do. And also we need to understand that if we don't talk to them, other people will talk to them. Internet will talk to them, their mates will talk to them. And if care is not taken, they will speak to the wrong people who will give them the wrong advice. That's why we need to make ourselves available for them, and we need to pay attention to them. You need to notice any changes, any new movement and everything. And kọ́ náà kó jọ kó má wá kọjú àìmọ̀ṣe sí wa kó má jẹ́ kẹ́ni tí ò gbọ́n tó wa kó kọ́ wa lórí àwọn ọmọdé yìí. But we will try our best. Kọ́ náà kó gbà fún wa. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you, sis. I really appreciate you. I'm trying to look at the name. Olu. Thank you so much, Mom. I really appreciate you. Thank you for the contribution. They mean a lot. You really made a difference on this show tonight. Somebody said we need to change that narrative and move closer to our kids to enlighten them about relationships. Yes, please. We need to do that. We cannot use the same yardstick that one ajawo yi la fin le woro yi. A lè ṣe bá wọn bí wá ṣe tọ́ wa tá bá ṣe yẹn Ọlọ́run má jẹ́ ká regret because ayé tí wọn ó yàtọ̀ sí tiwa. K'Ọlọ́run kó ràn wá lọ́wọ́ ká má jẹ̀bi. Kẹ́ni tí ò gbọ́n tó wa kó má kọ̀ wá káwọn wa má ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ gbé kó má ṣe léyà. Thank you so much, everybody. It's been a fantastic episode tonight, and I do celebrate everyone that have come on the show. Gẹ́gẹ́ bí mo ṣe máa ń sọ fún wa lọ́sẹ̀ọ̀sẹ̀ wípé ó máa ń mú ní ká jẹran pẹ́ lẹ́nu ṣùgbọ́n òun fana fún òun gbà fún wa ó tún lọ́sẹ̀ tó ń bọ̀ lágbára lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run ká tó pàdé lórí ètò wa ètò yín ètò kan náà tí gbogbo wa pè ní ètò ìgbéyàwó. Let's talk traditional weddings and more with Wunmi Made the Royals. Àmọ́ wọ́n fi àsìkò yìí sọ fún gbogbo wa wípé èmi Olúwabùnmi aya Òṣìbẹ̀rù lílọ ni mo tún ti ń lọ yìí ogun ó lọ kò dé kò ní bá mi ó dé kò bá wọn kò ní jẹ́ titi yín o àlàáfíà ire ìdùnnú tí mo fẹ́ fi yín sí lálẹ́ yìí òun náà ni máa padà wá bá yín lọ́jọ́ mẹ́jọ lágbára lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run. Wọ́n fàsìkò yìí sọ fún gbogbo wa wípé láyọ̀ la ó máa pàdé o mo ní láyọ̀ la ó máa pàdé o ẹ̀yin ò ní forí gún èmi ò ní fẹsẹ̀ kọ mọ́tò yòówù ká lè wọ̀ kó ní forí sọ̀gì o láyọ̀ la ó máa pàdé
Still searching for the one cream that does it all.
Thank you so much, everybody. I will see you next week by the special grace of God. God bless you. Bye. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Good night. Thank you, everybody.
Traditional wedding. Lórúkọ ètò náà. Let's talk traditional wedding. Ètò ìgbéyàwó tó kọ́ ni lọ́gbọ́n. Let's talk traditional wedding. Ṣé ti gbọ́? Ètò Let's talk traditional wedding ló lọ lọ́wọ́. Ó yá gídẹ̀. Kí lórúkọ ètò náà? Let's talk traditional wedding. Ètò ìgbéyàwó tó kọ́ ni lọ́gbọ́n. Let's talk traditional wedding. Every Tuesday on Instagram, every Tuesday on Facebook, 6 p.m. UK time, every Tuesday on Facebook. Ètò ìgbéyàwó tó fún mi lóye. Let's talk traditional wedding. Ètò ìgbéyàwó tó fún mi lóye.
Let's talk traditional wedding. Thank you so much, everybody. See you next week by the special grace of God. God bless you. Bye. Bye.